sleep, I'm gone.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to another episode. Back up. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin Tuesdays, man. Hey, before we get started, dog, my dog just made me smile just now, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like I was having a little moment. You know what I'm saying? My daughter made me smile because she called me like, Dad, let's read the Bible before the show. Shout out my daughter because she said if I don't shout her out, then, you know what I'm saying? So I love y'all, but I love her more. So I got to shout her out. Shout out, baby daddy, love you. Shout out Leah Dior, you know, I love you. I appreciate you. You mean the world to me. So I got to tell her that. You know, I'm in a different phase of my life now. Well, she won't shout out, so I guess shout out it is. You know what I'm saying? So my dog Jose made me smile just now, man. He said, bro, you just said I'm never switching sides, so I taught how to trade. I said, yeah. He said, bruh, I'm just telling y'all, I got bars, dog. I got bars.
Bro, I've been listening to that thing so many times,
and
man, it caught me
I'm
late.
never switching sides, so I taught you how to trade.
Overhead.
Come on, man. That's what they call, that's a double entendre. What's good, though, family, man? Listen, we love y'all, man. We definitely want to say without y'all, there is no us, man. You know, there is no Wall Street looks like us now. We want to tell you we appreciate y'all for having us in y'all homes, for watching us at work, watching us on the job, watching us in the car, just consistently just showing love, man. We on episode, what, Jose? 180 what? 183, man. I love it, man. I love it. 183. So just want to tell y'all we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. And just without y'all, there is no us, man. Salute to y'all, man. All right, man. So, man, I got something I want. Something came to mind. So Jose hit me with the title just now, you know, as he do. And it's going to be good right here. So there's a group of people in this world that are part of the economy. And this is what I'm about to say here. This is going to be good. All right, it came to me and I had an aha moment. A lot of people exist in this world and they are part of the economy, meaning they are the reason why gas prices, it affects them and food affects them. And while it affects us all, it affects certain people different. Right? So if gas goes up 5 to 10 cents, you feel it. If food prices go up 15 cents, you feel it. Now, it's not saying that one person is better than another. There's a group of people that are a part of the economy from the consumer phase, and there's another group of people that owns part of the economy. All right, let me say that a little better so it can flow a little different. Right? There's a group of people who are only a part of the economy. And there's another group of people that own part of the economy. There we go. I like that better. So there's a group of people that are only a part of the economy. And then there's another group of people that own part of the economy. And so that's what the ownership framework is all about. The ownership framework is about how do I own part of the economy and how do I use the economy to help me and mine get better? And then how do I use the economy where I'm not just the statistic, where I'm not just part of the inflation, I'm not just part of the employment data, but I'm part of the wealth data. I'm part of the dividend data. I'm part of the wealth increase data. I'm in the top part of the K in the K-shaped economy that's never leaving America. How do I become a part of that tier? Not to the point where I think I'm better than nobody, but the part that where if I get to the top, I can come back and help the people leave the bottom leg of the K so they can become the top part of the K. How do we make that pivot? How do we make that change? And so when I think about that, I think about one of the biggest things that has to happen in that phase is the mindset of ownership. Now, I get it. Everybody say mindset. Oh, they want to talk about mindset. I'm tired of hearing about mindset. But what happens when you so far in the bottom part of the K, when you are so anchored that we talked about before, when you're so anchored to a certain part of the economy, you have the wrong mindset. The Israelites left Egypt with all the wealth, but they still had a slave mindset. They still had the wrong heart posture. So all the money in the world don't fix your mindset. All the money in the world don't change your heart posture. So I always tell people like, bro, if I teach you how to get money and you ain't changed your mindset, all I did was made you a rich slave. You just gonna trade one master for another one. See, the trueness of freedom is not what you do with the money, it's what you do with the freedom. Okay, let me say that again so you can get that, right? I think you missed it. The true essence of freedom is not what you do with the money, it's what you do with the freedom. All right, so you can escape from this bondage but only walk in another bondage. But the true essence of building wealth is, how do I get freedom? Not to show everybody else that I got money, but to show my family what freedom look like. To show my people what freedom look like. Freedom. And freedom don't mean you not working a 9 to 5. Freedom don't not mean you don't have a job. Freedom means that I have the ability, watch this y'all, to maneuver through life in a way that makes me happy. So you want to work until you want to be off tomorrow, you be off tomorrow. And you're not worrying about the repercussions that come with it. Freedom is when you turn ownership, let me say this again. Freedom is when you turn income into inheritance. That's it. Freedom is when you turn income into inheritance, because now the income has went through a metamorphosis. All right, so how do we maneuver? How do we attain the freedom? And so for us, the ones who say we want to be a part of the stock market, the ones that say we want to be great traders, the ones that say we want to build $1 million portfolios, well, in order for us to get the freedom, we got to first walk through the wilderness. In order for us to get to the promised land, we got to walk through the wilderness. We got to go through the volatility. We got to go through the wars. We got to go through the inflation. We got to go through the trade wars. We got to go through the headlines. We got to go through the red days. We got to go through the recessions. We got to go through the corrections, but not let people paint a picture to us like it's not going to get better, but us having the ability to endure. Now, a lot of times we talk about the Israelites walking in the wilderness, but we don't talk about the ones who endured, who was able to rock with Joshua. We don't talk about them. Some of them just stood the course. I ain't gonna separate from the pack because I know the goal is to get to the promised land. So I gotta stay the course, and I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna be obedient, and I'm gonna figure out what it is for me to do so I can make sure when I get to the promised land, I don't gotta leave it. Because I ain't go through all this wilderness for nothing. Just think about that for a second. They was in the wilderness for 40 years. That means some people were birthed in the wilderness. Some people were birthed in the desert. Now there's a certain group of people that went from Egypt to the wilderness to the promised land. So they saw the whole transition. That's you. You come from the poverty, you come from the lack, you go through the wilderness is where you learn, is where you cultivate. The wilderness is where you develop the new habits. The wilderness is how you start shifting your mindset. The wilderness is how you look back at Egypt and say, oh, this is what was wrong. This is where you look back at Egypt and say, this is what I didn't appreciate. You know what? I may not have the security, but I got the freedom. Because bondage take on different forms, take on different shapes. And you got to just be mindful that you not keeping the same attitude. So like, again, if you know you chasing freedom, if you know you chasing to be great at this trading game or this investing game, and in your mind, you're going to just put your money in the market and the market going to go up, and you don't never think the market going to test you. And for some of you, you're like, bro, I've been here before. And for those who've been here before, all you doing is saying, oh, this is what I did wrong last time. This is what I'm going to do right this time. That's the game. The game keep repeating itself. The game don't do nothing new. Freedom gonna require the same thing. Resiliency, being able to endure, and being able to have patience. So when you start doubting yourself, you gotta say, I ain't letting the enemy get a seat at my table. The enemy is the doubt. The enemy is the fear. The enemy is the questioning yourself. I'm worthy of this. I'm built for this. I'm designed for this. It was already written for me. Freedom, the ownership framework. Ownership is having the ability to turn income into inheritance. I want you to sit that down right somewhere close to you. That way, every time you start tripping, you look and say, this is the ownership framework. This is what's necessary for me. This is how I turn the income into an inheritance. This is how I unlock the key. This is the moment. But what happens in moments like this, we let people say, oh yeah, it's going to zero. Yeah, market going, it don't even make no sense for you to be in the market right now. Every great trader, every great investor going, there's moments in this game that make or break you. Resiliency. Man, Trap, bro, I'm tired of taking L's. Well, go back and do what you were doing before you got to it then. Go back to Egypt then. Man, Trap, bro, I don't really know. Go back to Egypt then. Go back to Egypt, fam, because we going here. Man, Trap, what I'm supposed to do? Keep walking. Keep walking. Manna coming from the sky. Keep walking. Man, Trap, I don't really think the game for me. It ain't then. It ain't. Whatever you put in your brain, it ain't. But watch this. As for me and my house, we gone. And everybody around me, we going. And I don't care what it look like. I don't care what we gotta go through. I don't care what the pain feel like sometimes. You gotta drown out the noise. This person saying this person saying that, this person saying that. Now you confused, now you overwhelmed, now you stuck again. You trying to listen to 10 different people. Let me ask you a question. The person you listen to, have they been free before? The person you listening to, are they free? Because here's what I will tell you, man. Everybody know what to do until that pressure on them. Everybody know the blueprint until you put it under the spotlight. Man, all I want to do is, I ain't gonna lie, I respect everybody's opinion. I respect what everybody got to say, but I just want to listen to people that's done stuff that I ain't never did before so I can follow the blueprint. Especially if you did it multiple times. And I'm not even speaking about myself. I'm saying that anything you trying to do, like, you know why it was easy to follow Harriet Tubman? Because she was free. You know why it was easy to say, hey, Harriet, I'm coming? Because you went there, came back, went there, came back. That means you know the way blindfolded. I'm going to go somewhere that been free already. I want to go with somebody that marked the trail on their way. I want to go with somebody that can say, yep, I took a left at this tree and then we went this way. Now look, they might got some wild hogs around over there. Hey, but this where we going. Hey, they got a river we got to cross. They might got some stuff up in there, but we got to go. They got a creek that they got a lake we got to. When we go this way, they got some wild stuff, but we got to go. This the way. I'm not deviating. This the way I went. This the way I came back. This the way I'm going. And you can go that way if you want. I know this way. I need somebody that's confident in their way. That's the ownership framework. You go get freedom, you write down what you did to get the freedom, and you come back and get somebody else. That's what this game all about, man. How many people can you help on a journey? How many people you can expose freedom to? That's what this game did for all of us. I don't think I met nobody that said, yeah, I just want like get in the stock market because it looked fun. Man, it looked fun, so I'm gonna take my hard-earned money and just, it's fun. Everybody who I know in it, even the rich, wealthy ones say, hey, this the way out. This how we double down on the freedom right here. And it became fun along the way. It became joyful along the way. And you start accepting everything that came with it. Man, freedom is the most expensive thing you're gonna ever pay for. And you don't never stop paying for it, y'all. You don't never stop paying for that thing. And guess what? Depending on who in office, depending on what the government doing, depending on the state of the economy, they start adding tax to it. They start adding tax to it. So if they adding tax to it, that means every day they got somebody trying to evict you from it. Every day somebody trying to replace you from it. Don't you dare make it easy for them. You navigate the game. You play the game for what it's worth. And you keep the goal the goal. You keep the main thing the main thing. That's the ownership framework, man. So, man, we in this game. We ain't going nowhere. When we say Wall Street look like us now, that means we ain't going nowhere. For a long time, man, we couldn't play this game. For a long time, they kept this away. And to this day, I want you to understand something. It's only a small group of us that really know about the game. I just want you to understand that. I know it seemed like everybody doing it, and I want you to understand something. There's only a small group. I know social media make the world so small so it look like everybody trading stocks. I want you to understand, if you go randomly in the world, if you go randomly in your neighborhood, and you put 10 of y'all together, I can promise you only one or two of y'all, one of y'all doing it, 3 of y'all know what it is, and the other 7 like, I ain't. I guarantee you that. Now, social media make it look like everybody are trading stocks. Everybody, I promise you it ain't. Everybody doing real estate. I promise you they ain't. Know what everybody doing? Watching the world blow past them. Know what everybody doing? Watching everybody else get money but them. You know what everybody doing? Got an opinion about everybody's life. You know what everybody doing? Complain about some shit that they don't care about, that they don't like, because they mad at their own life, and they mad at everybody else's life, and they don't see nobody else happy, and they don't want to see nobody else succeed. And every time you get something they think better than you, they want to tear you down. That ain't the ownership framework. That's the poverty framework. That's the framework that keep you poor. That's the framework that keep you miserable. That's the framework that keep you disgusted. That's the framework that keep you a slave. That's the same framework that keep you in Egypt. That's the same framework that keep you in the wilderness for 40 years. That's the same framework that you go to the grave with. That's that framework. That's that framework when you're looking at your kids and you like, damn, I should have taught them this. And now you feel like it's too late. And now they doing the same stuff you was doing. And now you accepting what they doing. That's that framework. I don't want no part of that. I don't want no part of that. I want to build something. I want to build something that the people who look like me, that come from where I come from, can walk in there and say, hey, I see that. I don't got to accomplish what he did, but I know it's possible. That's what ownership framework do. That's what ownership do. It make the people who come from where you come from and see you say what's possible. You keep thinking it's about you. People loved Harry because when they saw it, they said it's possible. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to inspire the people that come behind you. You're supposed to inspire the people that's around you. You're supposed to do something so great so when they look at you, they look at themselves and say, I ain't walking in my purpose. I ain't walking in what I'm supposed to be walking in. I ain't walking in my calling. As a matter of fact, I'm still in Egypt. That's what people supposed to say when they see you. The ownership framework ain't just about the things. It's about how somebody see you and they realize there's more to life than what they've been living. It's about when somebody see you, they understand they gotta step their game up. Not out of competition, but because they realize they've been playing in mediocrity. They realize that somebody ain't exposed them to something, and seeing you made it real. That's what this is about. It's about saying, yep, I lost here. Yep, I lost there, but I'm still going. It's about saying, yep, I won here and I won really big there, but I'm still going. The goal is to keep going. We keep going. Ups, downs, good, bad, okay. We keep going. Happy, sad, cry, laughter. We keep going. All the emotions, we keep going. I don't care what they got going on. We keep going. Let whoever say whatever, let whoever do whatever. We keep going. That's what we do in this game. And we look back one day and we accomplished more than anything whoever was talking could do. Because talkers ain't doers. Talkers talk, doers do, owners own, and consumers consume. We keep going. The framework come with a lot, but you gotta enjoy the game. And the game gonna take you through every emotion. The game gonna make you doubt, the game gonna make you question. And when it does, those thoughts and those feelings they understandable, but you can't stay there. You're a real life human being, you do real life things. I get it. But that framework, I always laugh when I see the thing that says, generational wealth is built by one risk taker, right? And I love that. And the risk taker is the one that's willing to jump off the bridge. But what happens when you halfway down and you're like, damn, I really should have jumped? You so ask yourself, damn, was it really worth it? Or you say, damn, I gotta build this parachute right now. Because I'm gonna be real with you. You don't got time for doubt. You don't got time for what ifs. That slow the pace down. That slow the momentum down. That slow the process down. That slow the progress down. So you got to keep putting that framework together. And it's okay, y'all. It's okay to build it as you go. I promise you it is. I promise you don't got to know it all. I promise you ain't got to have it all figured out. I promise you that. But I promise you, you ain't going to go nowhere if you keep listening to everybody that ain't did half of what the hell you trying to do. Stop asking people opinion who ain't did half of what you trying to do. Stop asking people opinion who ain't went where you trying to go. Stop asking people opinion about that. Go find somebody. Go find a couple people who got the ownership framework and ask them what the framework look like. Let me look at it. Let me see it. Let me tap into it. And let me plug in what I can. Failure is an option, but not on my table. Failure is an option, but not on my watch. Failure is an option, but not on my lane. Failure is an option, but not in my row. Failure is an option, but not in my circle. Failure is an option, but not on my watch. We keep going. We keep going, man. You want to build wealth? We keep going. You want to be a great stock trader? We keep going. You want to build buy and hold portfolio? We keep going. You want to build a 7-figure business? We keep going. You want to change your family last name to an asset? We keep going. Crying, wipe your face, keep going. Pout, then smile, keep going. Frustrated, punch the hole in the wall, keep going. Keep going. Ain't no quit. Because even if you quit, the game don't stop. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trap, man, episode 183. Let's go, man.
So I figure we going.
That what? What's up, bro?
I said we figure we going.
Ah!
When you come out the gate and you cuss, I'm like, oh, it's one of them days? All right, let's go. Everybody hype in the chat. Man, shout out to everybody sharing this out to everybody, man. It was a powerful opening right there.
Huh?
It was a powerful opening.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, bro.
How you
we
feeling?
Huh?
How you feeling though?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I talked to my daughter, man. Me and my daughter been doing something that's great, so I definitely like that, bro. So that always, I want to shout out two of my trappers right quick, bro.
Let's get it.
I want to shout out two people on my Patreon, bro, that there's nothing against nobody ever in the world, bro, but when I see solid shit, I respect it, dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I see solid, you know what I'm saying? My guy Thavion and my dude Nate the Great. They in the Patreon, bro. Nothing against nobody else, but I just want to tell them, bro, like, I appreciate them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see how they rock. I see how they move. I watch how they navigate the game. I even watch some of the other stuff that they do.
Outside, like you talking about like outside the Patreon?
Well, just, it's in the, like I've seen Thavion outside the Patreon at a couple events we did, but I see how they move, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, bro, like, it's stuff like that that's just official. You know what I'm saying? It's official. You know what I'm saying? How they stand on 10 toes and how they do their thing, bro. So just want to tell them dudes that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Want to just tell them dudes that I see them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen KT Tactical in a while. He's solid too, you know what I'm saying? He's solid too, but I ain't seen him in a while. But Thavion, I just want to say that too. And there's nothing against nobody else, bro. I just see how they maneuver, bro. Like the way they approach, you know what I'm saying, certain stuff in the group, the way they say it, the way they position it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see them. And I just want, sometimes you gotta just, you know what I'm saying, let people know you recognize them.
Yeah, that's big.
You know what I'm saying? You just recognize them, bro. And I just wanted to say that, you hear me? Let's shout out people, man. Uncle T, what's poppin', brother? Double R, I see you. Let's get to our people, man. Netta, Chef X, I see you. Jermaine Cobbs, I see you. Chopper Fellas, I see you. Max B, what's good, family? All right, there go Nate right there. What's good, family? Larry Morgan, I see you. Tori Simmons, I see you. Javon Colers, damn, I messed your name up, Queen, I'm sorry. Paul Bricks, what's happening, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. Belina, what's good? Larry Morgan, I see you. OG Shameless on Wall Street, what's good? Rams, I see you. Will Mack, I see you. Stu Gotti, what's up, yo? Leon Barnes, I see you. Oh, that go Thavion right there. I see you. Oh, hold up, Jose. Hold up. I want two. Give me some juice. All right. Stello76, I see you. Carolina Blue, what's up, brother? I see you. He another solid one, but he don't do too much talking in the group. Every time he play, be like, Trap, I was on that last pack, dog. Every time he see me, I want you to know, I was on that last pack, dog.
He talk like one of those rapper skits.
You saved my life. I was on that last pack. I'm here now. Win, lose, or draw, Trap. I know every time he see me, his energy like that. I love it, yeah.
And he always dressed like he's about to do a photo shoot, too.
Always.
Like VCR.
He had the camera. Last time he called me over, I was like, oh, then he told me, I said, oh, we did a whole video.
Yeah, gotta get the content. Gotta get the content.
He popping. Let's go, man. Steel Team Capital, I see you. Miss Cleo, I see you. Drift, man, what's that, man? Big Tay, I see you. Mo Ashley, I see you. E Will, what's good, bruh? I see you. Hosea, I see you, boy. Wall Street Mac, I see you. Gabriel Parks, I hope I said that right. Rob 7758, I see you. Henry 1X, I see you. King Me 305, I see you, my G. I see you. I see you. I see you. MGG, I see you. Tamara Buchanan, she's solid. She been rocking with me since we went to New York and had we rock with Tamara for sure. For sure, for sure. Netta Freedom, I see you. Anthony Sneed, I see you. Pat Davis, 9319, I see you. Will Mac, 333, I see you. Gino, my guy, I see you, man. I see you. Shelly Booker, been rocking for a minute. I see you, Queen. SB Glow, I see you, family. I see you. Toots, I see you. Rudy 23, I see you. Long Lee, what's happening, family? That's my guy. Gotta shout out Long Lee, too. He a thoroughbred. Thoroughbred. Every time, he be like, hey, Wallstreet Trappin course. We been here before. I retired my family for this. I just love that, bro. I love that, bro. AML Journey, I see you. Shazam, there you go. What's up, brother? I think we good, man. First Gen Millionaire, I see you. Big Bread 72, what's up, family? Blair 33-6, I see you. Mr. J Calhoun. So y'all don't gotta put the thing, the emojis. I can see, Brandon Washington 836. Been trapping with Trap since the Blue Magic. You heard me? Let's go! All right, let's go, man. Oh, Black Phoenix, I see you, family. I see you. Appreciate the super chat, Queen. Nat, I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much. Robert De Niro. I see you, family. Dose 416, I see you. All right, let's go, man. We good.
Yeah.
For tonight, we good for tonight. We got some more. We gonna see y'all. I'm finna pull up for the live. Let's go.
Let's go.
The work you do doesn't go unnoticed, bro. Thank you, family. I appreciate the super chat, too. Kiara. Now, Kiara, people don't know, man. Kiara, my girl, dog. Kiara, I remember I did a gas giveaway. Kiara came with the little one, her little baby. That's my girl. She be like, that's my friend Trap. Shout out to Kiara, man. You did that here or down bottom? That's my girl, huh?
You did that here or down bottom?
I did it in New Orleans. Yeah. I did that in New Orleans. But Kiara came to the other building, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right, man, let's get to it, man. We got a good show ahead of us, man. We got a good show ahead of us, man. Y'all know what we talking about, man. All right. Y'all know what we talking about, man. We talking about Trump, man. We talking about this war that we in, that we paying for. As the people, we paying for it, just like we paying for them terrorists. You wonder why we ain't got no money right now? You wonder why you gotta invest right now? You wonder why the stock market is important right now? Because we got a president that's making us pay for everything. That's why. You wonder why your dollar feel like it's exhausted? You wonder, you know why we preaching trade, invest, trade, invest, trade, invest, trade, invest, trade, invest. Because we probably be the brokest country in the world by the time he get out. And I'm the one to say that.
He gonna be super wealthy.
I'm trying. Yeah. As a country, we gonna be horrible. But the 1% gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And so we gotta be able to play the game. I'm just being real, bro. I'm just being real. I don't care what nobody say, man, I'm getting money while Trump, man, we gonna get money, I don't care who in office, but the health of the country, man, people gonna be wore out. Bro, the bro only been in office a year, bro. It feel like he been in there 3 years. He only been in there a year. Bro, we done had a terror explosion, right? We done been in 2 wars, feel like, already. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and you just get, we tired already.
A shoe, a coin.
Come on, man. We tired already, bro. Man, I'm getting money when Trump out. Man, we getting money. We gonna get money no matter who's in office, bro. I'm just telling you the state of where we at. The quality of life you gonna have by the time he get out of office. Let's talk about that. Now I was just talking to somebody the other day, talking about, man, I moved to Portugal. I said, Portugal? He's like, oh yeah, I mean, quality of life. I said, you know what? That's when you get to a different level of life, when you start saying like the quality of life. That's when your life changed. I'm talking to somebody who's come from Minnesota. I was talking to somebody. It's like, yeah, man, we moved to Portugal. I said, Portugal?
I ain't never heard nobody say, I'm about to move to Portugal.
I said, how you get in Portugal? He said, oh yeah, he said, bro, there's a whole black community out there. I said, yeah. He said, bro, the quality of life is. He said, man, we come to America like 4 times a year. Like once a quarter, me and my family come down. He said, we got 2 houses down there. We got some real estate down there. He said, bro, he said it like 5 times. I was like, oh, I said, it must be really. I said, you done said quality of life like 6 times in a row, bro. He's like, oh man, it's different.
That's what happiness and freedom look like.
I said, that's the first thing I said. I said, I said, so you make your money in America. He said, bro, that's true freedom. He said, bro, the food, he said, I don't got to worry about cancer every time I eat something. He said, the health care, he said, this stuff that be going on, he said, bro, I gotta look. I made me laugh when he said this, bro. He was like, bro, I'm so disattached from America. Like, I gotta go look at America to see what's going on in America. He like, bro, I was like, damn, that's good. Now, I don't know if I'm there yet in my life where I'm really just dipset like that, but I ain't lying. I was like, damn, bro. I don't lie, this dude make you think about like, bro, let me just
and it's go. Probably way cheaper.
Oh, it is. Bro, it's so, yeah.
Money like, stretching over there.
Like, damn, dog, like, just thought about it, bro. Like, bro, this dude been in office for freaking a year, bro. It feel like he been, bro, I'm already ready for him to leave. I'm not lying, bro. I'm like, bro, like, is it, and I don't like the fast forward time, but I'm like, bro, is it 2027 yet?
Yeah,
like,
sat down somewhere.
Go sit down, bro. Like, by the time you get out of office, you probably be, what, 86, bro? Go ahead. Look, as a matter of fact, bro, get your money and go, bro. Get your money and go. You not broke no more. You not broke no more. You not broke no more. You don't even gotta lie, and we get it. You not broke no more, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You up probably about 13, 14 billion.
How many more B's you need?
Come on, go. We tired, bro. We tired.
Terry said Portugal is rated the #1 place to retire and live.
Portugal is named the #1 place to retire. Dang. Shout out my girl Nettie, man. Hey, man.
Extra stage left. Called the Sandman.
That's it, man. Get him out of here. Beat. Get him out of here, dog. We tired, man. Anyway, man, we got a dope show ahead of us, man. We just gotta, that's a fact, we just gotta go with the flow. We gotta go with the flow until he go. Anyway, let's go, man. Oh, I know Italy like that. Let me tell you something before I get to the show. Jose, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always try to take a birthday trip somewhere. You heard me? Somewhere, bro. And depending on how it's going right now, I gotta, you know what I was looking at? South of France. I was looking at it. So I went to Amalfi.
What was it?
So I went to Amalfi.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the most iconic trips I ever had. So, like, I went from Amalfi to Rome to Milan to Lake Como. But the whole while I was in Amalfi, bro, I was like, yo, this is love. So I want to go back. I want to go to Capri. But that ain't South of France. South of France is like Monaco, Cannes, Saint-Tropez.
Yeah, I wasn't good at geography and social studies, so I got to look these up.
Well, I go on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I be on Instagram looking at, that's how I feel. Listen, I'm a hood nigga. I use Instagram. I figured out how to change my algorithm, though. So I changed my algorithm. I figured out how to do it. If you DM yourself, a bunch of stuff that you won't look at, you will change your algorithm.
Stuff that you don't want to look at.
Stuff that you want to look at.
Oh, something that you do want to
So
look at.
I be DMing myself workout stuff. I DM myself trips. And I DM myself like juices.
Yeah.
And anything dealing with like spiritual growth. I DM myself that. And that's how you put stuff like, and I'll DM myself like Alex Hormozy stuff. I ain't gonna lie. And that's how you put the front facing stuff on your algorithm. Yeah. So if you just keep DMing it to yourself with the airplane, you just keep DMing it to yourself or go to your explore page and like type it in and then just go down a rabbit hole with them, it's gonna come to you. I said, I done changed my algo. I figured out like a month ago.
So for me, I do with the software. If I saw some cheeks pop up.
Some what?
Some cheeks pop up, I just keep scrolling. I can't get flushed for that. Fellas, if you see cheeks on your timeline, just keep scrolling like you ain't even see it. Stevie Wonder that joint.
Don't stop.
Don't slow down.
If you stop on the cheeks, they got you. Got him.
IG like, oh, I saw
got him. I don't want it. I don't want it.
You. Nah.
I don't want it.
Keep scrolling.
Yeah. So that's what I do, bro. I changed my algorithm, dog. I changed my algorithm, bro. And, bro, like, I went down a rabbit hole of, like, where I want to go out for my birthday. And I'm thinking South of France, dog. I'm thinking South of France, bro. I'm thinking, like, Cannes, Monaco, Saint-Tropez. But then I want to fly out a little bit to go back to Amalfi. Because Amalfi is just...
picturesque.
Bro, it's beautiful.
Just vibe.
It's beautiful. So I'm thinking about doing that for my birthday, man. Think about it. Anyway, that's how you change the algorithm. South of France, Jose.
South of France.
South of France. Look up this spot called Sardinia. Oh.
I'm going to look it up.
Bro.
Okay, before we get to the mantra, do they got mosquitoes, though? No, y'all laughing.
I'm not laughing. I don't remember no mosquitoes in out there.
Hey, every time I go out the country, I'll be like, yo, this is beautiful.
Where you be going, though?
I'm just Mexico, Jamaica, different spots. Bruh.
Nigga went to mosquito heaven.
Right.
You say Mexico and Jamaica.
They just got to soak. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think, I don't remember them having nothing like that, but I ain't gonna say no. It's mosquitoes, bro. Like, God made mosquitoes. Nigga scared of mosquitoes. Man, get Jose out of here, man. Shazam say an algorithm with buns is crazy. You gotta watch Jose for what he be saying. He'll say anything, man. He'll say anything. All right. Yeah, you can travel now. I've been traveling for a minute, Queen. Yeah. I've been on my thing. It's like 2022 when I went to Africa. I think that's when you first met me. 2022. The end of 2022. That was my birthday. Yep. When we did the workshop. I left after the workshop. Speaking of workshop,
matter of fact, that's the first time I see you actually speak outside. Come on. And that boy ain't say nothing about a stop.
Let's go. All right, let's go, man. Let's get out. Speaking of that, though, we got our Make Your First Trade event coming up, man. Definitely want y'all to check that out. I think we only have 2 more VIP seats left. Y'all been on the VIP seats. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all on the VIP seats. I think we only got 2 VIP seats left. Make Your First Trade, 2 days of full live trade training. And I'm gonna be real with you. Right now, you need it. I think I need to rewrite one part of it just about trade psychology and emotional development. I need to put that together. I think I probably need to do that. Why you looking like that, Sean? Oh, Miss April sent me something too, dog. She told me y'all saw me something to look at, right?
Bro, they be slaving over that workbook, bro.
I gotta go look at it. She sent it to me this morning. She said, I think she be trying to be so nice. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
We just not trying to wait till the last moment.
So she was
all.
like, I think Robin, like, all right.
Man, you growing. Yo? Do y'all understand? An I is major.
Like, all right.
Not
A lot
5
of shit I'm
no's.
working on. But anyway, man, come check it out, man. We got the Make Your First Trade event, live chart practice sessions, right? We will have trade replay access, a full fill-in-the-blank workbook. This is, to me, worth more than anything. I think the workbook is the cheat code. Because what happens is when you learning something, like you get it. But when you write in that workbook, it's like, it's something about going from here to here and then going home and be like, and then you look at the replay, you're like, that's it. So come check that out, man. Listen, March 19th for the VIP. We got 2 days, 2 more seats left for the VIP. I can promise you they're going to be probably gone by next week. But 2 more for the VIP. We doing a meet and greet the night before, and then we doing a private dinner, or is it a lunch? A private lunch both days upstairs, decked out, where I'm going to come eat lunch with you while everybody else. So that's why we won't really keep that small. I don't want 30 people in there because I can't answer 30 questions in an hour. But, 15 people, I could kind of navigate that. So check that out, man. Make Your First Trade event, March this month, the 20th, the 21st is the 2 event days. We got VIP, we got in-person, and we got in-person and we got virtual. I'm sorry, virtual. And I think the next thing we gonna do, Jose, gonna be I think we need to do a build your portfolio, how to build a powerful portfolio.
Yeah, because we ain't had one since the old building, so yeah.
That was real, huh?
We ain't had one since the old building. And
since the old building,
yeah,
bro.
that thing went crazy.
Yeah. I like that. So anyway, come check it out, y'all. Come check it out. Plus, I just get to meet y'all dope asses, man. We get to meet y'all. So anyway, let's get it, man. Mantra time. Let's go, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go. Oh, I'm glad I reached back. I'm about to fall.
You moved that chair too far back.
Where that thing at, cuz?
I want to actually drop the music down. Drop the music while you getting there. I want to shout out Chuck for options. He was saying, look, why we do black people like that and we charge them for the event. And I want to be clear. We got this show. We got information on this page. We got information on IG. We got information on the personal page that is all free 99 that you can access. Shout out to all the people in the groups. Shout out to people who need that one-on-one access. Like, literally, this is going to be dope. The 2-day event, Make My First Trade. We got testimonies out the Yang Yang. Like, matter of fact, if you came to the last one, drop that fire in the chat. Like, but people got to understand, like, everything just can't be free.
Everything can't be what?
Free. Like, the lights.
Who, somebody said that?
Yeah. But we have a lot of aspects of stuff that is free at your fingertips.
I think we do got a lot of stuff for free.
A lot. That's what I'm saying.
We'll have a video after this thing come on. We put out 4 videos a week.
More than that, actually.
Well, we put out 4 videos on a personal page. That's just brand new stuff.
Yep.
You put out stuff. We do this show for 3 hours. This 183 in a row.
Now you talking about IG, TikTok.
It is what it is.
But it's all love though.
Nah, it's all love. You know what I've learned, Jose, bro? Like, I appreciate that. You know why? Because that's just somebody saying, say, bro, I don't got it right now, but I won't be in the game. That's all I look at that as. Right? To me, when somebody be like, bro, why y'all can't teach me for free, bro? You know what that tell me? It's like, say, bro, like, financially, I'm not in a space right now to pay what your price is, but bro, I won't learn. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, man, so this ain't giving me that. And I had to realize that's just somebody, because at one point in time, like, we all probably been in that space where it's like, dog, if I could just get in there, like, I got to get what I can get right now. You know what I'm saying? I probably can't get the $6.99 right now, bro. I probably can't get the $9.97 right now, bro. That's probably too rich for my blood right now, bro. But, bro, like, give me something for free. And so for me, instead of feeling bad, it's like, hey, bro, check this out. I put out 4 videos a week over here. I do this every week for 3.5 hours. I do that over there for such. I do that over there for such. Go get in one of them. My group is, 14, something. There's a price point for you. The class is $27. Like, we got something for you where you can snatch it at. And so once I started learning that, bro, I stopped, like, I used to be mad about it, but I realized, like, it's just somebody that's just really, like, they hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're hungry. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we make sure we show love. We love all the trappers. Let's go.
But anyway, bro was saying he showed his... let's go, man. So, also, man, something really happened to me, man. Man, my daughter called me the other night. Yesterday, bro, this was so good for me, bro. And we was talking about school. We was talking about math and all that. And I said, where your Bible at? And she was like, it's over there. I was like, go get it. Let's read it. She was like, all right. And, bro, she got the Bible. And I said, let's go to the first page. Genesis, chapter 1. So she got it. She was like, where yours at, Daddy? I said, it's right here. And she said, well, let's read it together. And I said, all right, cool. So we start reading the first chapter. Like, she'll read 1 or 2 verses, I'll read 1 or 2 verses. She'll read 1 or 2 verses, and we wind up reading all the way to verse 2. And she stopped and she said, Dad, I like this. She said, I like this. Because, like, we'll read 2 chapters, and I'll tell her, like, tell me what you get from this right here. Without trying to be too deep. And she's like, okay, well, God created this and this, and then he created, I'm like, okay, so day 1, he created this. Then day 2, he created this. Day 3, he did this. And, we going through the days like that. And then she said, Dad, I'm going to call you in the morning. We could read a verse before I go to school.
Fire.
I said, all right, bet. And she said, well, we could read a verse when you come home too. She was like, all right, bet. So got up this morning and I knew she was trying to go to school or whatever, so I ain't really hit her with it. You know what I'm saying? I just said, hey, remember what you read last night. God created you in his image and in his likeness. So that means you got greatness in you, and there's nothing you can't do. So today, know that you're a princess, but you made in God's image and likeness. So know that. And I said, just know you my princess, and I love you. So she said, thank you, Dad, I love you. And so I'm coming here today, and I walked out the house, and I said, man, let me get my Bible, because baby girl might call me. Sure enough, bro, you saw it. She called me.
Yep.
Bro, she sat on the floor, and she was like, Dad, she never did this. She like, Dad, I just came home from school. I ain't even do my homework yet. She was like, you got your Bible? All right, let me go get it out the truck, because I knew you was going to call me. And we read the second verse. She got a little highlighter, you know what I'm saying? And say, bro, that just, she gonna go whatever way she wanna go in life. My goal as a father is to, 1, introduce her to the idea that God is real. Right? And then as we read the book, I can start pointing out certain things. So, this, and this. And so, bro, I felt like we connected in a way that was like different.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't even put words to it.
Yeah, I was just like, I was so like happy and smiling. I was just like, I went to sleep with I was like, all right, God, like, I see what you're doing. Like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? And like, if I could bring it down to my daughter and let my daughter understand it, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, it just was and to see her excitement around in that Bible, bro, it was just like an amazing thing. You know what I'm saying?
So good.
So, that's so good. Anyway, let's get to it, man. So, all right, what we doing? We doing charts first? Chart with trap first? All right, cool. Let me ask y'all a question right quick, y'all. Shout out to the OG Chop fellas, man, because he says something every morning in the group. I like what he do. He's starting to set a tone kind of in a group in the mornings. he does something in the Patreon that's real good. Like, I'll get in the chat, and the first thing I'll do is he'll have some type of like morning, what's the word I want to use here? Affirmation for him, like God prepared the table for me today, or something like that. And I kind of like that, bro. But one of the things I've been doing in the group in the morning now is I've been setting a tone for, here's my morning thesis. Here's the key levels that we need to look. So even if you're an option trader, or even if you're a buy and hold trader, I put it on both pages so they can see it. Is so you can see, hey, this is what's ahead today. If it breaks this level, here's where we going. If it breaks this level, if it reclaims this level, and I've been doing it with the S&P, and I've been doing it with the QQQ. I did it the last 2 days. And then today I added a midday. Because I'm realizing that what happens is, so I had to realize me, because I'm always just trying to give massive value. And I'm saying that because we're about to get to the charts. And you realize that people come to the group not just for the plays, bro. They kind of learn.
Yeah.
Right? And so with me, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's why I'm thankful for Rob right now, because Rob in that 9, Rob be like catching my slack. I'd be like, Rob, I need you to go in there, a couple times a day to just so I can so I'm not glued to it. You know what I'm saying? So I can take a break from it and come in here and do other stuff. So Rob jump in there, he answer a lot of questions. He's so helpful for me, bro. Then I realized, okay, I got something else I'm helping with. So, the market shifts at 11 o'clock. Well, you don't know, Jose. You've heard me, but so there's 3 different periods in the market. There's 5 periods in the market. The first one is the pre-market, right? And so the pre-market is the part of the market that gets everybody upset. You either gonna be, the pre-market either makes your day or breaks your day. And I keep saying, leave that pre-market alone. Because once the bell rings, it takes on another attitude. It's a different characteristics. But, people get in the pre-market, they go crazy. Bro, I done seen this umpteen million times. A stock could be down $20 in pre-market. As soon as the bell ring, or it might be down, the bell ring, and then by 1 o'clock, it's up $15. So I kind of be like, yo, don't get your nerves too wrecked by the pre-market, and don't get your nerve too wrecked by the aftermarket. Our time is 9:30 to 4 o'clock. That's our battlefield. And so I sat down this weekend, once the bombs and stuff start going outside, now it's time for me to implement something new in the group. So the execution lab we do the chart class. And shout out for the people that came to the chart class, the trade audit this weekend. Trade audit was real dope this weekend. We spent about 3 hours in there. So shout out to the trade audit. 2 hours, 2.5 hours I spent there, I think, because Rob left and I stayed in there for another 45 minutes. So in execution lab, you get the chart class and you get the trade audit with the Q&A, and then the master of the triple beam get the Q&A, and then the triple beam team get the options plays, and then the lottery pick. And so I say, well, how can I help everybody out? I say, I got it. I'm going to start doing my pre-market analysis. Right? So basically, this is what I see happening in the market, y'all. But also, here's the levels you need to look for. Because I noticed something from screenshots that I be seeing in a group. People be having a lot of stuff on their chart. And I know it looks good, and you think it's helping you. But if you just have volume, maybe 2 either EMAs or SMAs, and your key levels on your chart, that'll help you just see where the market is going at, right? And if you can see that, you can do that. So what I started doing in the morning was saying, hey, here's the S&P, here's the Qs, here's what we're going to look at. Give them a good rundown, and then kind of around 12, 1 o'clock, I give them a midday. And I think what I won't do, I might get Rob to do it. I may either get you to do the midday, and then I'm going to do the end of the day. That way I could do the morning, and, we could switch that up. So I just want to start giving them value that way. You know what I'm saying? So now you're not panicking. Of course, that's the major markets, and then we may either pull the hood up and do some other stock or something. But I think if you could just understand where the big dog's at, you can kind of like navigate what's going on. Of course, you got to pull the hood up and see everything that's going on under there. But I think that's helpful too. So anyway, let's get to it, man. And I said it to say because I want you to think about something. Today, looking at the pre-market, the market opened, and the first thing that probably jumped on your mind was like, damn, the Dow is down 1,200 points, S&P down 2%, NASDAQ down 2%. So immediately, that's enough to make you stress out the whole day. Especially if you over-leveraged in something. And, I'll show you all the day like that shit. And the crazy part about a day like today is when stuff like that happen in the pre-market, as a swing trader, when the market open like that, it immediately just punches you in the face. The only thing you can do from here is make one or two decisions. Either I'm about to cut everything or I'm going to just take a step back. Right? Either you're going to cut everything, which is emotional, or you can say, all right, let me take a deep breath. Let me take a step back. Let me at least let this thing get to 11 o'clock and let me see what happens by then. Right? Then you can say, all right, it's 11 o'clock. What happened? Crazy enough, I'm talking to them and I said, all right, y'all put the key levels in. I said, crazy enough, 11 o'clock, it had done recame key levels. And now it's just sitting there. Right? It ain't really going, it's just there. You under pressure, it did enough in the after hours to put you underwater. And now you watching it all day like, I'm like, hey, y'all check this out. Close the laptop. Close the phone and relax. Just relax. Just relax. Because at this point, if you go chase anything in this market, you chasing. Unless you're a day trader or a scalper, but because I'm a swing trader and I'm trading for weeks and months, it's like, bro, like either you got to make a decision. Like, all right, bro, let's just take a step back, bro. I was like, yo, let's just take a step back. Like, don't get depressed. And another thing I try to tell him is, it's so easy to see doomsday on a day like this. Because trading really goes against your natural psychological makeup. Like, you're not naturally wired to put your finances at risk every day. You're not naturally wired for that. You're naturally you're programmed to be a consumer. And if you do invest, it's like a safe investment. Like, hey, I'm going to put that money in this 401k. I'll look at it 20 years from now. Trading takes your psychology and watch this. Oh, man, it's so good. Your emotional fortitude to another level because it's going against what you are naturally in tune to do. So now every red candle goes against you. And on a red day, immediately your psychology goes in a frenzy. And what we don't realize about that is now you start tapping into the nervous system. Right? And now once your nervous system gets in a frenzy, this is why sometimes when people trade, watch this, when people trade, it'll mess up their whole day, week, or month. Because it goes into your nervous system. Immediately, once a trade goes against you and you maybe over leveraged or something like that, you go into what's called fight or flight mode, which is a real thing, right? And so now what happens is looking at a chart all day, every day, watching every candle, it's frying your nervous system. It's frying your emotional fortitude. It's frying you. So now emotionally, because you like, when you looking at it and the trade going against you, like, damn, that's my money going down the drain. And you start thinking that everything you could have did with that money, and then now you saying, I should just take my money out right now. That's fight or flight mode. Looking at every candle. And now you stuck to the TV because now any trade you in, you watching it. Because now you trying to get relief and you don't have control. So another thing that trading does for you is it naturally takes you out of control. You don't have control no more. Because what happens? If we in some type of pain, our first mind is kill the pain. trading puts you in a perplexing situation because pain means loss of money. And so now you become in this situation where it's like, damn, if I kill the pain, I lose the money. I don't want to kill the pain because I don't want to lose the money. So now I'm in a state of suffering. And so now you stuck to the candles and you fry your nervous system because now your nervous system is wired. Cortisol level has spiked. Now if you had a whoop on, you're in a stressful environment. You can be standing right there looking at the TV and your whoop will say, hey, you've been in a stressful environment for an hour or two. And you like, bro, I ain't did nothing but stood here. But your cortisol level spiked, your endorphins is good. If you look at your eyes probably like dilated. They wide, you in that mode. I promise you, bro, like, that's it. So you got to be willing to say, how do I decompress? Well, one of the ways I decompress is close that damn phone. Close that damn thing. It's a 2% day. Ain't nothing you gonna do about today gonna fix that. You in the play to June or July, whatever, have your stop loss. Now, this is what this gets good at. Where's your stop loss at? The stop loss is about your risk tolerance. I'm gonna be honest with you. Where's my risk tolerance? If you know you can't handle that, cut 10%, boom, you out of there. If it hits you at 10%, you out of there. But you gotta be comfortable with the idea that if it stops me at that 10% and it rallies back, I'm gonna miss that play. I maybe re-enter. Or is that 15%? Or is that 20%? Mine is like 30, 31%. I'm like, all right, I gotta cut it because I already have 70% of my money. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have yourself in the mindset of, all right, bro, like, what do I do? You gotta learn. You gotta be risk averse as a trader. So you gotta go into every trade thinking, what's the risk first? Not what's the reward. Because if you go into every trade thinking reward first, you blindside yourself. The market got you. But if you go in there saying, hey, what's the risk? What the level I need to hit that makes this, watch this. What's the level I need, in this part, this down one of the things I'm gonna teach at the trade event. What do I need this to do within the first couple of days to confirm that I'm right about what I'm doing? Right? Or what do I need to see that goes wrong to make me say it's time to get out? Not, oh, I got time, I'ma sit here. Right? So what is my downside first? And then the next thing I need to tell myself is, how much am I willing to risk before it gives me anxiety? So if you put $3,000 in a trade and you know, if I lose $700 of this, my check engine light on. Well, guess what? My new level is, if I put $3,000 in and I lose $400, I'm good. Because you want to keep yourself from getting in fight or flight mode. And that's why I asked somebody a question before I say, hey, let me ask you a question. I did it on live before. I said, let me ask you a question. If you had $10,000 and you lost $100, how would you feel about it? It's like, man, I wouldn't really trip. I wouldn't really trip about it. I'm like, all right, cool. If you had $1,000 and you lost $400, how would you feel about it? Like, yeah, I'd be pissed off about that a little bit. So that means $300 is your risk. After 300, you're good, because you already said if I lost the 400 of 1,000, it would make me feel some kind of way. So that means either 200 or 300 is where you need to stop at. That makes sense? So the same thing with $10,000. Same thing with $100,000. If you had $100,000 and you lost $5,000, you probably wouldn't trip about it. Like, damn, I lost $5,000. Damn. But if you lost 30,000, you might be like, wait a minute, dog. If you lost 40,000, you in full blood, like, so that means 20,000 is probably where you need to stop at, right? So but you got to be self-aware. You got to know who you are. Who am I? Yo, I got $100,000 at your plate, bro. Like, I ain't really tripping. All right. So now we can't use my aggression against me.
Don't go no further. One of the things you teach, though, in regards to, like, you got to lose to gain, then lose to gain. Like, you got the ladder method.
That's the only way you build yourself up.
Because I know you saying that right now, but I know I had 100 in there and I lost 10. Man, I'm out.
And listen,
because I haven't grown to that.
That's perfectly fine, because guess what that's going to do? That's going to save you and it's going to teach you at the same time. It's going to save you from being somewhere you ain't never been. But as you watch it, you're going to say, oh, maybe I panicked a little bit. So let me move it from 10 to 12. I can go from 10 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the only sport that people think they got to be a genius tomorrow. when they got the people who doing it, like I follow Mark Minervini, I follow David Ryan, I follow all of these people on Twitter, bro, and I watch they stuff and they be like, bro, we always learning. And so I always try to tell people in our culture, like, bro, like, don't get caught up with the BS, bro. Like, keep learning. And so that's one of the things that we try and do, just keep educating people. Not about so much about making the right trade, but more so about the process that it takes to be better at this game. Shout out to 3,000 people in the chat. Jose, you slipping. Flush Jose, y'all, because he's slipping.
I'm up there learning. I'm in this joke, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you learning, but flush you because you tripping. You tripping. Flush him, y'all. All right, so let's look at the chart right quick. Am my chart on? Or do I gotta start over? I know it start over sometime when I be running it. All right, there we go. All right, am I on? All right, let's rock out. And I got it on that for y'all, so I don't want to hear that. You heard me? I don't want to hear that. All right, so let's first look at the S&P, man. My bad, let me take this off right quick. All right. So first, let's look at the S&P, man. Really good chart to look at, and it's simple. We don't got to go through it. It is what it is. We're looking at the daily. So first things first, what do we see? We see, damn, I don't got mine. Did I leave my joint? Damn. All right, so let's open it up a little bit. All right, same thing we saw before. We come here, we'll put this up here. All right, so here's our high. All right, here's our high. We'll type that on right quick so we can see where we at. All right, so if we look at the current market, we saw, remember, when Rob said this in the Make Your First Trade event and make me double down on it for y'all, the most important part of the candle is the candle what? Close. Type close in the chat. Type close in the chat. Type close in the chat. Man, I don't know where I be leaving it at home, bro. I be tripping, bro. You got me on that too, family. That's 2 weeks in a row, Trap. You right, family. You right, family. So type close in the chat, right? Type close in the chat. The most important part of a candle is the close, right? So here's what we notice. On a green candle, we know what? We know that it starts at the bottom of the body and opens all the way and goes to the top. Why? Because bullish candles goes up, bearish candles go down. So let's just look at the open. Now, we see that based on my chart, and I'm going to show you where it comes from. So if you see that, you see those support levels, 1, 2, 3 times it hits support, right? Let's mark that out for y'all right quick so y'all can see it. To all my new people, 1, 2, 3 times it hit my support level. Let me know in the chat if you see that. Let me know in the chat if you see that. If you see that support level I just put, do you see that in the chat? Let me hear you say yeah. Let me hear you say. Say yes in the chat.
Let me hear you.
Say yes in the chat if you see that support right there. 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you see that. Right, we're gonna walk with y'all through that. And that's in the same area of our, full 75, right? I see it. So that becomes a support level. Why? Because it hit that level 3 times, right? It hit that level 3 times. So here's what I want you to know. Here's a rule. If after 3 times, I'm gonna say it this way, the more candles hit a support level, the weaker it gets. All right, so think about it like a battering ram, like when the police at your door. Just go with terms that I know. Right? So they hit it the first time, boom! It's gonna probably jank them back. They hit it again, boom! It's gonna yank it back. The third time, boom! You're gonna hear that. You better be out the window. If the first one ain't get you up, the second one damn sure should have got you up. The third one, you out of here, my boy. So you gotta hit. All right, so that third one, you're gonna hear that crack. If it come that 4th time, it's coming off the hinges. Unless you got a bulletproof door. Right? This is coming off the hinges. It's coming off the hinges. Right? So 675. So 675 is the support. So today what happened was, notice, not the wick at the bottom. So not that right there where it says 670. It opened right here where it says 675.03. So it opened at 675.03, which was what? Below our what? Support. Right? Below our support. So because it opened below support, I said to the squad, I said, okay, let's see what it does. Now watch this. It opened at 674 and it came all the way down this morning to 669. At 669, it's down 2% and everybody is screaming bloody murder. All right, everybody's screaming bloody murder. At this point, everybody think we dead. Apocalypse. Financial apocalypse is here. Right? Oh, man. I'm out here. I should have left my money. All right. So yesterday what we did was, I'm not going to lie, yesterday I didn't trust that rally. So yesterday we put in the put on QQQ. We made a nice little piece of change off it. I got out of today at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock-ish. I got out of it. Made a nice little piece of change off it. Nothing to, go home about, but just enough to snatch a little green out this and be about my day. You know what I'm saying? And so we see that. And so notice something though. It goes here and then it comes right back on top. Now, I'm going to show you something on the 1 hour. Now, this is it on the 1 hour. Now, watch how this look on the 1 hour. So this is how we use multiple time frames to help us out. Right? So this is the first hour right here. Let me use this. Got this from Rob right here. Let me use this horizontal right here. This is the first hour. Now look at that volume. Right? Opening bell. Floodgates open. Now, what caused that? Well, yesterday, after the bell, Donald Trump said, we don't want to talk to Iran no more. It's too late for that. So once he said that, y'all know what's happening. Because the markets actually did pretty good yesterday. Right? Everybody thought we was going to get bust out the floodgates. Everybody was like, oh, we gotta go die. The sky is falling. Market said, we all right. We've been here before. We know how he operates. But he doubled down. He said, hey, it's too late to talk to Iran. We all in it. So the markets came, boom. So now watch this. It hits this. Look at this. And then the next hour, look what happens. We get this one. Now notice the next hour what you get is supply decreases. Right? So the supply done slowed down, but it's still accelerated. It's still accelerated. Look at the next candle. So now it's 10:30. Right? Now look at this. The next hour, look what you get. Boom. Now we back on top of our 675. What happened? Volume done increased a little bit more. Supply is going a little bit. Just on an hourly. Right? And then look what you get the next hour. The next hour, if you notice how that candle looks, it comes back, it opens, comes back, touch that support, and then does what? Forms this other side of the candle. Then look at the next hour. So we see volume decreasing. So this is how you're looking at it on an hourly. 1 hour by 1 hour by 1 hour by 1 hour. But for us on a daily, all we see is this. Let me take that off. Right? So you had an opening, bottom of the candle, you had an opening at 674, came all the way down to 669. Here's what it did right here. Right here, everybody who tried to short the market got trapped today. Now, I'm not saying they got trapped forever, but they had to sit the next 5 hours trapped. Does that make sense? So everybody who opened in bell, it came and said, yep, I'm about to short the market. If they ain't just snipe it or scalp it, they came down, they thought, oh man, this is a good ass short right here. We gonna eat on this for a long time. Trap. Came back up. Gotcha. right? Now let me show you how crazy this market is. Let me show you how they playing games with you. Watch this. For anybody who was long the market from yesterday, they're like, hey, guess what? I'm buying a dip on the Qs. Guess what happened to them this morning? The market came in. Once it hit 675, because they know this was a stop, guess what they did? Stopped all them people out and pushed it down. So guess what it did? Cut all them stop losses, took all them people money, then it trapped the sellers at the same time and went back up. So in one day, with one candle, we saw stop losses from buyers get knocked out, it took their money, and it trapped some sellers in and rolled back up. Just enough to put you under pressure. Did that make sense to everybody? So that's what really happened today. Because you saw some people with the market down 2%, or the market, it's about to go to 3%. You know why? Because in our mind, it's easy to paint doomsday when the market is red. And it's easy to be greedy when the market is green. This is why you got to understand, one, that's why I'm a swing trader. Because now I give myself some release when I'm trapped. Like, all right, I'm trapped. I'm not tripping. Here's what I need to see. Here's what I don't need to see. This is what happens. Does that make sense? Right? So in one day, and I just want to repeat this. Well, Trap, how do you get that number 675? Well, look, 1, 2, 3. So the market already tells us if we found support right there 3 times, that tells us that buyers are defending that level. Every time we get to 675, buyers say, oh no. This is why, watch what I'm about to say here, this is why the move happened after hours. Because if it would have happened during market hours, buyers would have defended the level. Now, notice something. We haven't been to that level. Watch this. It's going to be good. And I just want to give y'all some game right here. We haven't broke that level since December the 17th. It was the only time we broke that level, December 17th. The market opened, fell down. And guess what day that was? That was the soybean day. Watch this. That was the last time. That was one day after NVIDIA earnings, and Donald Trump got on TV talking about China and the soybeans. Same thing. After NVIDIA earnings, Trump get on TV, we buy. I think I told my dog Cal the other day, I said, say, bro, I think they be setting us up for NVIDIA earnings, dog. Like, I think they be setting us up, dog. Like, there's always some type of news right after they report earnings that send the market to the abyss. You know? To help, because if NVIDIA go down, everything gonna get pushed down because it weighs so much. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't been there since December the 17th. And that was the last time we had what? A big market sell. So until then, the market had been holding up at that area. So why? Nothing in this market is a coincidence. Everything happened for a reason. So I'm not saying the bears are not in control. That's not what I'm not saying right here. But what I am saying is, as we can see, just like today, buyers will defend 675. That's all I'm saying. Now, can bears push it past that? Yes, they can. They 100% can. Right? They 100% can. But if we notice, if we look at the same thing, we saying, yo, they keep on. And watch this. Hear what I'm about to say here. They had every reason to push down further today. Now, in this type of market, you're going to see some ups and downs. You're going to see these things happen. If we look at it, we right back in the same range. Now, did we create a higher low? I mean, did we create a lower high? 100% we did if you count today. 100%. Again, do I think the bears are in control? I think they have gained a lot of momentum. Because what we have right now is a geopolitical catalyst. Until we have a catalyst, the market will stay in the range until something becomes powerful enough to push it. And so when you get Trump saying stuff like, man, we could be here 4 or 5 weeks, or we could be here forever. That's enough to make the market say, oh, man, like, all right, somebody gotta make a decision. And so what I want us to do is, I don't want us to just go look at, even on my YouTubes, I don't never push fear mongering. That's not my way, even though I know that's what get the most views. You know why fear mongering get the most views? Because fear mongering allows people, watch this, oh my God. It helps you fulfill the self-fulfilling prophecy that they have about what's gonna happen. So people are naturally negative about losing money. So anytime you create a video with a headline that matches what they feel, that's why mess sell. That's why Shade Room and all these, nothing against these. That's why that's why negativity on the news gets the most ratings. That's why murder gets the most ratings. That's why negative on social media gets the most ratings, because people won't tune. Why you think Dope Boy movie so goddamn good? Because we like negative stuff. As positive as we want to be, you be like, I had to tell people, hey, don't send me that no more, dog. I'm trying to protect my brain over here. I see enough of that shit in real life. And so I don't do that. I try to give us like, hey, here's the game, y'all. Here's how we navigate, bro. You know what I'm saying? You never gonna hear me saying, man, we about to go. Man, that ain't my belief. You know why? Because I know that the market goes up 73% of the time. 73% of the time. I gotta just have the wherewithal to go through the 20-something% that is gonna go down. So I gotta ask myself, out of 10 trades, how many I'm willing to lose, how many I'm willing to break even on, and how many I'm gonna kill. And I need the ones that I kill to do more than them. That's the game. That's the game. I'm not trying to go 100-0. Nope. But I can do 60-40 in the expiration time. Shit. Right, we can live off that, cut. We can eat all But anyway, that's what we got right there. That's what we have right here. So again, what I want y'all to understand is, if we look at today on the daily, look that we have some, basically we look at it, yes, the market 100% did. The bears took control, but if you look at it, we still in the same range, but we did create a lower high. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Now, the main thing that I want you to look at and pay attention to is, write this down. I got our second support, which is 651. 651 is our secondary support. So here's what I'll say, and I'll be real with you. And I told my team this today. I was telling them, I'm like, yo, if we break 675 and push down, I'm willing to short it till 655, because that's the next place we going. But Trap, you just said 651. Well, the 200-day moving average is at 655. Institutions protect the 200-day moving average. So once it gets to if it falls below 675 and it starts breaking down, I'm willing to short it down. Here's what you got to realize. The market going to give you, if the market going short, it's going to give you opportunities to go short. Because the thing in physics says, once a moving object starts one way, it's liable to persist that way for a long time until it runs out of momentum. Right? That's why I said, hey, short the software stocks, short Microsoft, short Adobe, short them all. Man, Trap, you can't short that. Yes, you can. Go look at the chart. It's been down since Q4. It's been trending that way since Q4. So it's going to trend that way until something turns, and they're going to all turn together. So it ain't no need for me going to say, oh, man, I'm about to go long on Microsoft. No, I ain't. It's showing me it's been short since October. When it rallied that one day for like $53 or something, it's been coming down since then. I said, it's going to go past 400, y'all. Man, don't go past no 400. They got OpenAI and all this. All right, I ain't tripping. And it ain't me being brilliant. It's just saying, once a trend starts going one way, it's going to usually follow that way for some time. This is why when you look at an NVIDIA, you're like, bro, it ain't really in the it's moving, but it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Even with this market, it's in a range. Once it starts saying we going down, it's going down. All right, so I said that already. I don't want to stay there too long. So our levels is that. Now, here's what I want to show you before I go to the Qs. I want to show you something because there's some people that believe that the market going to go down 20%. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but I'm not saying it's not possible. So here's what I want you to know. From all-time high, if we went to our first support, which is 651, we talking about a 6% pullback. Can everybody see that? We talking about a 6% pullback, right, from all-time high. If it goes to my second level of support, we talking about an 8% pullback. Now, that's past the Trump Towers. That's a pretty hefty pullback right there. Right? Now, if it came all the way down here, which is the beginning of this is the beginning of the Trump tariffs, that's a 12% pullback. So it would have to go all the way here. I measured it. For a 20% pullback, it would have to go deep inside of the Trump tariff sell-off to give you 20%. Now, let's measure something right quick. The Trump tariffs gave us 21%. Gave us 21%. That's what the Trump tariffs gave us, 21%. Gave us 21%. So if we was to fall from here, from all-time high, if we got that again, 21% would bring us at 544. That's what 21% would bring us. So you got to ask yourself, if the market going to go short, you got a lot of opportunity to make some money if it goes short. But my level would be from all-time high. I was saying from where we at now, I will be looking at, all right, if it breaks 675, in my mind, I'm watching. I say, okay, if it breaks it and goes down, I'm willing to short it from 670. I'm willing to go to the 200-day moving average. Maybe 651. From now, I'm watching it. So that's how I feel about that. How we feel so far? We good in the chat? We good? We good? I know I got some ground to cover. Just wanted to do that for y'all in the morning right quick. We're going to do some more in-depth stuff. Come holler at me in the Patreon. Let's look at the Qs. Qs did the same thing. Let's look at it. If you're in the Patreon, you should know this by heart already, right? So we got our SMA going down. We got our 50 going flat, and we got our 20 going down. Now, that's not a good sign. That tells you that this is not exhausting. This is a momentum shift, right? So it's two different things from being exhaustion to a momentum shift. This is a momentum shift, and the Q's been here way longer. Now, let's think about it. Did the same thing. 1, 2 times. We see it. Look. 1, boom, 2 times, right? So what did it do? Third time, I told you the third time, the Q's had a weak door. S&P had a stronger door. Q's had a weak door. It took the S&P 4 times. It took the Q's on the third time. Look, it broke. It opened here. So that means we opened lower than the day before. That's a key sign. It came all the way down to what? 591. Came to 591. So what did it do? Same thing the S&P did. It knew that everybody had their stop losses at 594. So what did it do? It opened at 591. They looking, they saying, hey, if it can hold 594, we good. Guess what they do? Wash them out. Snatch them, catch everybody who's saying, man, the Q's about to go down. Oh, then you look up and you see NVIDIA down. Ooh, NVIDIA down. Guess what they did? Got them. We need that money. I'm
in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
I need that money. I need that money.
Need this money, Nate.
I need that money. I need that money, Nate. So what did they do? Sellers went down, trapped them, right? So what did it do? It did 2 things. Boom. So if it missed you on a SPY, it got you on the Qs. What did it do? Yep, you thought it was going to go short. You shorted it all day. You got in it. You ain't getting your short the day before. Or you try to short this morning when the bell rung because you looked at the overnight market and you looked at the pre-market. Got him. Got him. Right? I'm laughing, brother. They be playing with our feelings, you hear me? They be playing with our feelings. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You looked at the pre-market in your mind, because here's what we do. We make a pre-market. So watch this. If you're not a skilled day trader or a skilled sniper, you ain't had nothing to do with that. You supposed to ride that out to, most of our plays don't come until about 10:45, 11 o'clock. That's when most of my players come in, around that time. All right, I'm gonna let the people who get busy get busy. I'm gonna let them get busy. They got act, they hammering. I don't want none of that smoke. Very rarely would I do something early in the morning. You can count on your hand the time I done hit early. I won't get in it early. I'm up 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I'm that guy. They be like, damn, man, Trap put the plan at 1:30. Oh, yeah, I look both sides of the street. All right, we good. So let's go. So anyway, they caught the cues going. They knocked out the longs at 594. And then anybody who tried to go short from opening bell, they trapped you in. They trapped you in. And so that's what they did. Now, if you were a swing trader and you got caught early, like if you was in some old plays like us, you just had to sit there and be like, all right, damn, I'm trapped. That don't mean the play over. That don't mean you dead. Are you underwater right now? Yeah, we trapped. We just need to see what happens. You got to pick your poison with whichever one because days like this happen, y'all. Days like this happen. So what do we see? We see the cues down and they trap from, in my mind, I'm looking at the same thing. I'm saying, hey, if we can, we can hold that. I want to see the dude in 601. You got to reclaim 607 if you're in the cues. You got to reclaim 607. If not, you're going to break down 594. We watching that again. If you break down from 594, we definitely want to look at 587. We want to look at 587. 587 is the 200-day, and 585 is that second support. Now, I'm going to be real with you. There we go, bottom of the Trump terrace. And for me, my next support, I could have went here at 582. I didn't because I saw the support here at 585, so I didn't use that. My next support level for me came at 559. So that's kind of what I have on it. And that's not just random spots. That's where I found support levels at, key levels for me. And then, of course, 539 is the top of the Trump terrace. So does that make sense to everybody? How we feel? I want to show y'all one more thing before you go. I want to show you something. This is your market today. Now, mind you this. If you looked at it from earlier today, I remember I went live earlier. And I said something earlier on the live. I said, the S&P 500 has 503 stocks on it. At 11 o'clock today, at 10:30 today, Rob, they only had 13 green boxes on here. I counted them. They only had 13 green boxes on here. I said, if you think you a bad trader and you looking at this, you got a problem. It's not you, fam. Out of 503 squares, they only had 13 green boxes. Only 13. And you doubting if you a good trader. Man, don't go sit down somewhere. It was one of them days. It was one of them days, bruh. That's the reality of the game. Now watch this. This is how I look at 4 o'clock. It went from 13 to a mixed bag. You're like, I got some spots up in there I can see. But imagine at 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, you look on here and out of 503 squares, 13 of them. 13. Man, you don't go sit down somewhere. You see what I'm saying? All right, man, let's go, man. Let's get to moving, man. I hope I help somebody out, man. I hope I help somebody out with that, man. Did I help somebody in the chat? Did I help somebody in the chat, man? Let's get to it, man. I just be wanting to let y'all know, man, that we locked up in, dog. We were locking in. Look at my people in the page, I'm like, Walmart. Yes, sir, we in Walmart. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's get to it, man. I hope I help somebody out, man. You know what I'm saying? They said, Trap, stop exposing us. But that's it, man. I just want us to know that. And so that's how we rock in. You know, for me, that's my teaching style, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to dwell on it until I can, like, get us in it. All right, so here we go, man. We got an AMAT play. We put that play, bro, that play. And that's why I said it's like, we just got wiped. Today was a wash day. And I wasn't about to try to, I'm going to be real with you. I wasn't about to just start pressing sell. Now, what I did do is this. I will lie. We had 2 winners today, 2 big winners. We had GEV and we had AEIS. I sold those plays, but they were winners and they were big winners. I took the prop. Well, I'm not going to say it was, AEIS was 190%. GEV was at 35% after the sale today. It was at 35%. So I took those because I had, I think 80,000 in AEIS. And then I had, 80,000 left in AEIS. And I had, 160,000 in GEV. It was up about 55,000. So I took those 2 winners off because I said, okay, if the market gonna shift a little bit, let me put some more cash on the side so I can be prepared for some, because I know in my brain that this is the market. This is the environment. Let me rephrase that. This is the environment where if you strategical and you paying attention to what's going on, like you can really make some bread here. Let me give you this layout right quick. Let me give you an idea that I got in my brain. What if, listen to me well here, what if this whole thing is not just about oil itself? What if this whole thing is about Trump trying to weaken China? I got a little thesis that may make a little sense right here. Now, I'm not the best. Like some people can say, man, this dude's stupid. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. And I will take that 100%. I'm not saying this is 100% legit, but here's what I will say. Watch this. China has oil deals with who? Venezuela, Iran, and Russia. That's where they get oil from. A lot of it. Trump understood that we were losing a lot of ground to China. And if I'm being realistically, China has been using America's aggression against them. So they playing a good cop, bad cop. Well, America is bullying and doing this. China's like, hey, that's what you really want to do business with? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's what y'all want to do business with? Man, I'm going to do this for y'all. Now, remember this. China had gave, who this was? Damn. I don't want to say the wrong name because people going to say, man, y'all going to get on me. Can't think of the company. What's the company that, was it? I think it was Venezuela. Damn, I think it was Venezuela. But China gave them like $2 billion. America gave them $20 billion and said, hey, we'll give y'all $40 billion more. and y'all got to return it to us, and we'll take it in pesos, and then y'all got to return it to us in, right? So everything China was doing, America was like, yo, we losing ground to them in a lot of areas, especially with this rare earths and all that. So everything China does, America is trying to combat that. So again, I could be 100% wrong, y'all, but it's just me looking at it from this perspective. And because it's my show, I get to tell y'all what I feel. And y'all can tell me I'm crazy. Y'all don't mind telling me I'm stupid and all that anyway. So just hear me out. So about 40% of China's crude oil and oil they were getting from Iran and Venezuela. The first thing we did was do what? Let me rephrase that. The first thing he did, let me say that, 'cause we ain't got nothing to do with that. We don't got nothing to do with that. So the first thing he did was Venezuela, you out of here. Took that oil, took that crude. Now, in taking that, now I'm not saying that China is handicapped, but it's like trying to slow a giant down. You know what I'm saying? So you take that issue with them from Venezuela and you put that under American control. And then you put American companies in and you say, hey, this for us now. It's gonna take us some years, but this for us now. Put some American companies in there, you gotta come do business with me. And what's the last thing China wanna do? Do business with America. Everybody else could play in the same box together but them. There's two bullies that approach bullying from a different perspective. And you can't think that China is no better than America because look what they're doing with Taiwan. I don't know where you from, where I'm from. If you take a gun and you put that gun in my face, you better use it, right? What is China doing? They putting ships around Taiwan saying, oh, it's just target practice. We just trying to see what's going to happen. And then they came out in the beginning of the year and said, Taiwan coming back under our control is non-negotiable. Right? So hear me here. Hear me here. Second thing, now we're talking this year. I'm going to backtrack a little bit, but I want you to see. The second thing is, Iran. And this one made me come to this conclusion today when I heard him say something. So Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz. Like you gotta, so think about this. 20 to 25 million barrels of oil go through there daily. Daily. And Iran is always saying, man, we gotta shut it down. We gotta shut it down. Now, 100 million barrels of oil flow through the world a day. 20 to 25 million go through that one spot. That makes it a bottleneck. So whoever controls that controls what? Oil flow. So what do? So I listened to his commentary today, and I said, hey, bruh, this dude here crazy. But again, I never had to try to take power or nothing like that. So I don't know. I don't got nothing to say. I just know that a lot of innocent people gotta die for what's going on. That don't sit well with me. So think about this. They go bomb it. They bring Israel on, like, all right, bet, because they in cahoots. You know they in cahoots. And now, guess what? Guess what he says? What he said last night was, however long it take. However long it take. And then he said, we don't even want to talk to them no more. So that means everything there gonna come under who control? American control. That's the goal. That's why it's whatever it takes, however long it gotta go down. We don't want to talk. Once you start dropping bombs and killing leaders, and notice two things he said. We want to change the regime. Then he said something that was crazy. He said, the person I would have put in place, we killed them too. I said, what is this? You said it on TV, bro? So then when the news people asked him, they said, hey, did Israel drag you into a war? He said, nah, we had some people negotiating with them and negotiating, and then we felt like they was going to strike first, so we just struck the lunatics. This is his words. I said, because that ain't, I'm not the smartest person when it comes to war, but I don't think that's war, like, is that war grounds, cuz? Like, there's an act of war, right? Like, there's some things that gotta happen first, not just, I think you're gonna do something. You gotta be aggressive. Right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So that's what that, so I'm like, I get it. Oh, and it made me do some research. I'm a researcher. I like to figure stuff. I'm like, bro, like, I could be wrong, but, so think about this. If China getting 45%, 30 to 45% of their crude between Iran and Venezuela, and then now we have it, it doesn't stop them, but does that slow down progress? Because remember, China, they process all the silver and precious metals. They process that. 90% of it has to go through them. Remember, AI data centers, AI infrastructure, they building that. But what do you need for that? You need energy. And China already say that we don't have enough. That's why they doing it with the next biggest person. You got to do it with who? Russia. So what happens when you say, hey, damn, now you got to get in bed with us. But let's go a little further. The Greenland situation from last year. China was positioning themselves for that too. And soon as America said, hey, we got to take that, what did China say? We willing to defend that. Y'all can't do that. And we gon' whatever it takes. So I could be wrong. I could 100 be wrong. I could 100 be wrong. But that's what I'm seeing. Would you say, cuz? That's what I see. The big picture is slowing China down. Now, again, I could be wrong as hell, and I'll take the backlash and that come behind it. I'm not approving war at all. I'm saying you got to realize, no hate, but colonizers doing what colonizers do. This is colonizer activity right here. That's what they do. Burn it down. That's what they do. This is American pedigree right here. And then they worry about the story they got to tell afterwards. But anyway, let's look at the chat. So, AMAT, CMI, these players weren't down until today. Like, I think CMI was down a little bit, bigger play, but we got punished today. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the only thing that upset me today, if I could be completely honest, was the way Gold acted. Because in this environment, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing that made me mad today was I said, now y'all know y'all down bad for that. Like, leave that goal alone. You know that goal supposed to be running at 550 right now with all this going on. It's the safe haven. Yields is going up. Inflation is going up. What we doing here? Why would you sell gold? So they sold off on gold. I'm talking about they took a chunk out of me today. At one point today, my gold play was underwater. It was like, NASA, ain't no way y'all took $42,000 from me in gold today. There's no way you did that to me today. Not in this environment. But so we added another gold play today. I should have took that out. So anyway, MU play underwater. My plays wasn't that bad, but today was just a wash. So anyway, let's go a little further. Today was just one of them days, man. Like, we was sitting pretty, sitting beautiful. That's the wrong thing. I don't got none of them players. That's old. Boy, you about to get the Patreon to curse me out, boy. That ain't mine either, boy. Boy, that's old, boy. Boy, them people about to curse me out. We gotta run. That ain't none of them players. I don't know what none of that is. Boy, there you go. That ain't it either. That ain't it either. Start it over. Start that shit over. Oh, that is it. 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 I'm like, Everybody get the page on the Palo Alto. Trap, when you get in that play, boy? Boy, no, it's deep, man. Flush bitten, man. Man, flush is bitten. ASAP. Man, flush that boy. Man, flush that boy. Boy,
He said he feel honored it's his first flush.
Boy, look. Boy, they about to curse me out. Everybody about to lead a group. Niggas about to be in front of the Freedom Center like, we want Trap.
Right,
We want
right. I want a refund from the event.
I want
the
to
event.
refund. He done put 17 players in there we don't know about. Shitting me. Shitting me. I don't know nothing. That ain't on me, family. I don't know what.
Wait, that Jones was like,
I'm talking about, I was like, wait, what is them? That thing, oh no, partner, I ain't in none of them plays. Oh man. Oh man, that is crazy. Yep, and then that PANW was green. Whoa, what? You better be in red out. We in red, Trap. Where you get all that green from? You tripping, yeah? Anyway, our Northern Grooming play definitely held up like a champ. Was a new play we put in. We put in an NVIDIA play for that. I think the April play, man, I'd probably be dead on that one. TSM did good, and we put a Walmart play in the other day. So I think we're going to shake back on some stuff. I just think that it was a flush out. I'm not saying we're going to get 100% on these right now because I truly believe we're going to be in this stage right here all March. I think we're going to range like this all March. I think we're going to have some violent blows and then at key support levels. And then I think we're going to have some face rippers. And then I think they're going to keep us in this range. I don't see a $20, I don't see a 20% flush. I don't think we did that. I don't think we get that. Anyway, let's go there first. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. You know me, bro. Like, I can say this, yo. I'm bold enough to show all my wins and my losses. Sometimes I'm underwater. Sometimes you get up there, it's another green light specials. I go through the motions. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So this is where I'm at right now, though. We good. All right, let's go a little further. You go to Freedom Index. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm pissed off about this. Because, damn, I ain't put the thing up. Sean, my bad. I'm only up 9% right now, Sean. Now, remember we was up 12%.
Yeah.
But we added the TPL play. And so when you add money to it, it takes us down. So I'm not mad at it, though. Costco, EME been shining again. Fix, Gold, ITA, I like that. If you want to play the defense, I think instead of getting a defensive name, playing ITA would be a better idea. Instead of getting a defensive name, I know a lot of people in my group, since I told them about KTOS, they've been really wanting to get on it. But for me, if it don't break past like 105, I can't deal with it. I don't care what's going on. It's been struggling to get past it. I think if you want to do this, I think I think ITA is a good play. Also, I think Lockheed Martin is a good play to go with during this time. So anyway, that's what I got, man. We up 9%. We was up 14%. We up 9% now. There we go, man. Let's get to it. Yeah, I think this is not a 100% environment. I think you get about 30, 40, 50% on something. You take that and you go about your business. All right. Hormuz on lockdown. Iran turns off the world's largest oil faucet. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps has declared that the Strait of Hormuz closed and warned it will attack any vessel that tries to transit the waterway. The country's state media reported a threat that could effectively halt traffic through a key maritime route carrying about 20% of the world's oil exports. And look how small that is. And I'm going to tell you something. Iran went crazy. They went to hitting UAE. They went to bombing I was like, ooh. I was like, that's how they playing it? They went to hitting Qatar. They went to hitting everything close. I was like, yo, they hitting missiles. They done shot down 2 of Jeff Bezos' facilities. Like, he done 2 of his Amazon facilities over there. They bombed. He lost 3 facilities over there. Bombed. I didn't even know he had facilities over there. Bomb. I said, yo, they wasn't playing. War is serious, bro. War is serious, bro. When you go to war, bro, you playing for keeps. Huh, cuz? Bro, war is playing for keeps, bro. That war is dangerous, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You start to realize why people be like, peace treaty, bro. Cause here's the thing, bro. A lot of innocent people gotta die for people pushing buttons, bro. I can guarantee you this. Outside of George Bush, cause I know he went to war, he got a crazy story. You know George Bush actually was a pilot, that plane got shot down. Not the son, the daddy. That boy, he was an army pilot. That's the only way I can say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, he a gangster. His plane got shot down in the ocean. He swam to a Navy boat and they picked him up out the ocean. I said, hey, I ain't gonna lie, JW. You got a little something extra on that, you hear me? I don't respect it. Imagine in the ocean, you don't know, you in the ocean, cuz.
Sharks, dolphins,
Mediterranean
waves.
Sea. You, a Navy boat see you like, hey, get him up. That's why he won the president. Everybody love a good army story, a war story. Ain't none of them other dudes been in war like that, bro. I can guarantee you, if they had to go over there and do that, like I've seen some of them fighter jet things, bro, I'm seeing how they like outrunning them missiles.
Bruh, that one video, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, I'm on Contra or something. Them boy like, I'll have shit on myself, boy.
That with the yeah.
Bro, I done been in the shootout. I'm like, damn, boy, that boy was close, boy. I heard the little, like, ooh.
Right, you ain't see the bullets. The missiles, you see the missiles.
You driving the air, you see them thing. You ducking that missile heat seeking. That boy like, I said, ooh, that boy need a Purple Heart just for that. Come on. How somebody go through that and you come back to America and you ain't got you gonna feed them for the rest of their life, cuz? Ain't no way in the world. You saw that? Man, that man did that for you.
With
PTSD, you press the button.
Homeless.
You press that button. That man ducking and swooping and flipping and, bro, I was like, I say, nah, bro. Nah, I would have definitely got hit. Evacuate. Evacuate.
That's the parachute.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
It did swim.
I'm gone. I'm George Bush. George Bush, cuz. Bro, I don't understand that, bro. Like, how them dudes do that and then you come over here and don't treat the military. That's why I respect military people so much, bro. That nigga be pissing me off, bro, but a part of my freedom is because he went and bust that iron for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bro, them dudes in them airplanes really like, tell me you looked at him and was like, damn, I could do that. Ain't nobody looked at that and say, I could do that. You don't get your Call of Duty. All right, let's go, man. Next, what we got, man? My bad, y'all. Trump says the U.S. Navy will not escort tankers. This how you know it's real. Bro, listen. He like, hey, we got to escort. Hey, you bring the Navy in. That's how you know it's serious. Yeah, we want the Navy in now. So we want because remember, if they shut this down, bro, that's 25% of the world's oil in one bottleneck. Shut it down. And then people say, anything come through there, we lighten it up. And they just lit one on fire with a drone. They just lit a fuel tanker on fire. Bro, it's hard to beat somebody that's fighting for their life. Let's go a little further, man.
As the US and Israel's conflict with Iran intensifies, supertanker costs in the Middle East have hit all-time highs. That was according to shipping data and industry sources on Tuesday. It comes as Tehran has attacked ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping through the strait between Iran and Oman carries around 1/5 of oil consumed globally, as well as large quantities of liquefied natural gas. But it's ground to a near halt after vessels in the area were hit as Iran retaliated against US and Israeli strikes. The disruption and fears of prolonged closure have caused oil and European natural gas prices to jump. Brent crude futures were up nearly 10% this week, as the conflict triggered multiple oil and gas shutdowns in the Middle East. The benchmark freight rate for the very large crude carriers used to ship millions of barrels of oil from the Middle East to China rose to an all-time high on Monday. That was on the world-scale industry measure used to calculate freight rates. The rate had doubled from Friday, extending gains from a 6-year high hit last week.
Bro, that's heavy motion. That's heavy motion. Just think about all the ships that's going through that, bro. That's heavy motion. Let's go a little further, man. When gas vanishes, prices explode. So a sudden halt in gas supply forces markets to use price as emergency brake. So since energy systems always price the marginal molecule, when traders can't replace lost volume quickly, prices spike to rotation. What's left? Because natural gas underpins power, shipping and industrial inputs, and a regional outage cascades across the entire system. Qatar's suspension of 20% of the global line exports sent European gas prices up 50% in a single day, while Saudi Arabia shut down one of the world's largest refineries, added more strain. In tight energy systems, resilience comes from inventory, flexibility, and spare capacity. And right now, all three are being tested. I'm going to be real. I like Valero again right here. So I'm going to say something. I truly think that if we listen to what's going on, we kind of know where to attack at. Not from a, we know where to put our money at. If all this stuff is getting shut down and this is going on, gas prices, and we need to be looking at, one, shipping containers. Why shipping containers, Trap? Well, because if they got that closed, then that means it's going to cost more money to go around that. That means longer what? Shipping routes. That means more what? Cost, because now you ain't just going through the Persian Gulf, and you ain't just going through them. You got to go around. So that's going to cost more money. So we should be looking at shipping containers, and we should be looking at gas, refiners. We should be looking at them, y'all. If you trying to build your portfolio short-term wise, that's it. If you trying to do some shorter option plays, I wouldn't go too short. I would at least give myself 30. I would give myself at least 60 days because you're gonna have a little drawdown here and there. But I really think Valero, I think CVX, I think ExxonMobil, I think refiners are XOP. If you're trying to go the whole way, I think this is a fairly decent play for you. Not going heavy, but I think that's a decent play for you. Let's go a little further. JP Morgan says, chill. Geopolitics spiking fear, not fundamentals. Jamie Dimon said this is a buying opportunity. JP Morgan strategists are advising investors to buy the dip amid the market volatility driven by Iran conflict, calling the sharp sell-off a short-term weakness to take advantage of rather than reason to exit stocks. Analysts has said that escalation is unlikely to stick for long and that the fundamentals remain positives. So weakness caused by geopolitical fear can be used to increase equity exposure. JP Morgan also assumes any spike in oil prices should fade and markets will recover as tensions ease, with a favorable backdrop for long-term investors. This reflects a bartering buy when others are fearful mindset, common among strategists during geopolitical shock periods rather than refraining from risk assets. I like this idea, but you got to watch Jamie Dimon because he be setting people up for the 1-2-1-2. You got to be watching him and his people because they set you up for the 1-2-1-2. But I truly believe the same thing. Now, I saw somebody earlier say, if you think that the market is 3% from its all-time high, if you think this is a buy the dip opportunity, you wrong. I say, and in my, I don't like to argue with people, but in my mind, I was like, yeah, you might not buy the dip on the S&P, but bruh, there's some amazing companies right now that's 20, 15, 30%? That's what a dip at. Yeah, the dip might not be buying the S&P 500 because it's 3%, but the NASDAQ is 3% negative this year, so it's about 8% from its all-time high, right? So there's a lot of dips to be bought right here if you think of long-term, and I'm going to tell everybody this in the chat. Trading is 100% cool. But man, you should be building that long-term portfolio, y'all. Y'all sleeping on that. Everybody get caught up in, I want to be a trader, I want to be a trader, I want to be a trader, I want to be a trader. Don't forget about that long-term portfolio. Don't get so caught up in the trading game, you forget that the goal is wealth, long-term wealth. So you should be putting money in there every time you get a win, 10, 15%, going into your long-term portfolio every time. We keep forgetting that. Oh man, I'm a trade for the rest of my life. That's 100% good. We probably all gonna do that unless they just one day say, y'all can't trade no more. But guess what, y'all? We should be building long-term wealth every time. Every time. That's the only thing that, like, that's why even in the Patreon, that's why I love Trappers Anonymous, because all we focus on is long term. But the only thing, that's why I added the lottery pick tier, because all I do, these 2 lottery picks every week you're getting. So stop, like, I'm not saying, like, we should be focusing on long-term wealth as well, man. Like, come on, y'all. Like, don't get so caught up where you start thinking it's a casino and you start being on a house. You ain't the house. And the only way to make yourself the house is by building that long-term wealth. So looking at these opportunities saying, bro, this is a good catalyst for me to. And who built their Roth IRA? That's the question every week. Where your Roth IRA at? Let me see in the chat if you put your Roth IRA up. If you started, I saw you every week, I'm coming. That's why we got to talk about my people at Horizon Trust. I'm going to lay it on y'all every weekend because I don't care what's going on. Like, I got to get y'all to the idea where y'all saying, hey, I'm building wealth. So my people, Horizon Trust, we talk about them. We've been talking about them for the last couple of weeks. And shout out to everybody that's signing up. Now, listen, they not going to prepare your taxes for you. I don't know why, because they're like, hey, Trap, we got people calling, we helping people, we booking people, but we don't do the taxes. I'm like, no, where they get that from? Like, they don't do your taxes. They help you navigate the space. They help you set up the individual, direct Roth IRA. That's what their goal is. Their goal is to help you get deferment. They help you build tax-free wealth. That's what they're doing. They're helping you set that direct Roth IRA up. They're helping you navigate the game. And all of us should have that. So when we see Jamie Dimon saying, hey, and his team saying this is a perfect opportunity to buy the dip, what better way than to take that dip and say, yup, let me get with Greg. Let me get with Greg and the squad so we can position this the right way. They don't do your taxes, but they help you set up the direct Roth so that you can have the tax-free wealth. Remember, when you put that in your Roth, that's tax-free. That's how we cheat code. So let me see who got their Roth set up. They direct. Direct means you doing it. They putting you together. They positioning you. They transitioning you. They putting you in the right pocket. They helping you put it in the right way. They helping you make sure your money is good. They helping you take that burden off your back. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm learning this right now. Man, listen, it ain't about making the money. It's about keeping it, y'all. Because guess what? There's a study that came out that said in our lifetime, we spend about 55% of everything we make on taxes. In our lifetime. Imagine that. Imagine going to your grave knowing you gave Uncle Sam 55% of all the money you made. That's crazy. That's crazy. So why not get with somebody who can help us say, hey, I can at least get you out of that 55, we can bring it down to 45. We can bring it down to 35. We can bring it down, not from a, I'm gonna do your taxes, but on the wealth that you building, we're gonna help you keep that. That's our goal. That's our job. And that's the people we need for us. We need the people that's gonna help us keep the money. And I'm telling y'all, I'm in a situation right now. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm tired of paying tax. That's why I respect David. And when I did the keynote, that's what my keynote was about. Well-building principles. And Jose, you slipping too, dog. I don't got no clip. I ain't had no clip in 2 days, bro. I don't got nothing to do with that. You slipping. I ain't had no clip in 2 days, cuz. Come on. Need clips. Need to drop a clip. But that's why I told him in the event, I said, let me tell you why David got busy. I said, the first thing was, Saul said, wealth. Whoever beat the giant, wealth. The second thing was, you get to marry into my family. You get to marry my daughter. So that means his class and his network went up. But the third thing was a lifetime of being tax exempt. Bro, you can keep the money and you can keep the marriage. If I ain't gotta pay no taxes, my children ain't gotta pay no taxes, my kids ain't gotta pay no taxes, sign me up, old uncircumcised Philistine. Sign me up. Sign me up. I ain't gotta move to Dubai or Puerto Rico or Florida. I can stay right here in Jerusalem. I can stay right. I can stay right here. Man, sign me up. Saul said no taxes to the family of that man. When I broke that down in that keynote, they was like, bruh. They were like, that's different. David made a business decision. It was part of his calling, but it was a business decision. I'm a shepherd boy. Bruh, we can't be giving you 55% of our bread and our lifetime on taxes? Saul, you greedy. Saul, you greedy. So, come on, man. Let's go, man. Check out my people at Horizon Trust, man. Greg and the squad, they're going to take care of you. Tell them Trap sent you. You hear me? Let's go.
Trap, what up, Trap? Jose, what's up, Jose? Patreon, what's up? How y'all coming? It's SB Self-Made and Patreon. Trap, my question is, for someone that's 21 like myself, with between 5 to 10K, give us a blueprint or rundown on how you would navigate 5 to 10K between investing, buy and hold, and swing and leap trading. Just want to see how you would go about that. Appreciate the salute. And thank you for answering all my questions. Great answers, bro.
That's our guy SB, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute, King. You always dropping, always love when you drop by, bro. Salute the young King, man. So 5 to 10K, man, I would go, if I had 5K, if I had 5K, I'm going 2,000. I'm going 2,000 in my Roth IRA, tax-free wealth. I'm going 2,000 in a Roth IRA. That way I know that's working for me. Reinvested dividends. I'm going 1,500 growth. I'm going 500 dividends, 100%. especially if you at your age, 21. I'm going 1,500 growth. I'm going 500 dividend. I'm loving that like that. And then I'm taking the rest of that money, the other 3, and I'm going to find me a great, I'm waiting for I'm not the perfect moment, but I'm looking for markets like this where I can get something that's a strong company, solid company, that's matching my criteria, and of that $3,000, I'm willing to risk at least $1,200 on a play. I'm putting the rest of it on the side, and I'm waiting to see if my play work out the way I want, and I'm buying into strength. I'm cutting my stop at, because it's $1,200, I'm cutting my stop at 10 to 15%. That way I can keep that, and I can re-enter a play if it go my way. And I'm sitting on the side, I'm letting that grow. If I'm doing 10, I'll flip it around the other way. If I got 10, I'm putting 45 in the Roth. I don't want to max the whole thing out yet. I'm putting 45 in the Roth, and I'm keeping the rest, and I'm going my move from there. So now, I'm saying, all right, cool. Guess what? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that other 55, and I'm saying, all right, I'm going to go Roth for that. I'm going to put 2,000 of it in dry powder on the side, and now I'm waiting to go to action. And if I don't see a play out the gate, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to keep funding that with at least $100 a week or $200 a week so I can keep growing that thing out. I'm not in a rush to make a play. I'm going 4,500. I'm going growth with 25. I'm going dividends with the other part of it, the 2,000, and I'm letting that work. But Trap, why you ain't go more with options than dividends? Well, here's why. I mean, than the Roth IRA. Here's why. I want enough to where I can play the options game with security where I ain't panicking. If I put $1,000 up, if I know I got 10 and I only put 1,000 in the options market, I know I can play with it, but I don't have the mental comfort, right? Remember, if you got 1,000 and you invest 1,000, then you don't have the mental clarity to let that play work the way you want. But if you got 1,000 and you say, all right, let me just keep building this so I get 2,000. Let me keep playing. Now what happens is if it costs 1,000 or 800 in your play, you saying, all right, well, I still got 1,000 on the side. Remember I talked about we don't want to put ourselves in a situation where our check engine light come on as soon as a red day happen. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving yourself some wherewithal. So I would give myself a little wherewithal so I can knock this red. So if it go against me a little bit, I got some time to let that play out. You feel what I'm saying? So that would be how I would play that. I would have enough to where I can get in the play. I still got some dry powder on the side. And if a play, I would just move my stop off. I would make sure I understand risk. And I would find a sector in a market that the market is rewarding. And that's where I'm looking for my play at. Let's go. I like that. All right, certified trapper of the week is Vernon Jordan. Okay, this might be a good one, yeah. This one here might be a good one. Day panic we eat? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, let's go Vernon Jordan, man. So Vernon Jordan Jr. Come on, man. I like that. Was an American business executive and civil rights attorney who worked for various civil rights movement organizations before becoming a close advisor to President Bill Clinton. Jordan grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, and graduated in 1957 from DePaul University. In the early 1960s, he started a civil rights career, most notably being a part of a team of lawyers that desegregated the University of Georgia, when he continued to work for multiple civil rights organizations until the 1980s. In the early 1990s, he became a close ally and friend of Bill Clinton and served as part of the Clinton transition team. After Clinton's departure, Jordan legally worked with multiple corporations and investment banking firms until his death. During the 2004 election, he worked with John Kerry's campaign. Let's go, man.
The man who broke barriers and rose through the ranks in Washington to become a political power broker came from humble beginnings.
My first job here in Chicago was driving a bus for the Chicago Transit Authority.
A product of public housing and the segregated South, Vernon Jordan went on to study at DePaul University and was the only black student in his class.
There were only 5 blacks in the entire student body. DePaul University expanded my mind and prepared me to serve.
He earned a law degree from Howard University and then began a career in the nation's capital that would soon skyrocket. Jordan joined the NAACP and the United Negro College Fund, later taking helm of the National Urban League in 1971. He was a champion of civil rights and became a face for jobs and justice.
His incredible breadth of contributions are really unmatched in modern American history. When he led the National Urban League in some times of great challenge and difficulty, he completely ensconced us in the public policy world.
In 1980, he was shot and nearly killed by a white supremacist outside his hotel in Indiana. 3 months and 5 surgeries later, though, he was back fighting for change in business and in politics.
Many Americans know him as an advisor to President Clinton, which he was, and he was an advisor to many.
He formed a friendship with former President Bill Clinton, becoming a close advisor and crucial piece of his first campaign back in the 90s. The former president remembering Jordan as someone who, quote, never gave up on his friends or his country. A renowned lawyer, corporate influencer, and passionate activist, Jordan received more than 55 honorary degrees in his lifetime.
The person who always had a great story, always had a great sense of humor, and at the very same time was down to earth and never lost the common touch.
Man, that's bad, that dog. 55? Dang. I like that. I wish I could get in his brain and see it. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, we got that spirit on us, cuz. Got that spirit on us, man. All right, man, let's go a little further, man.
Hey, Trap, it's Jamie. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question for you. I've got about $100,000 sitting in an IRA at the bank that matures in March. The capital originally came from my grandparents' trust to my father before he had passed, and now it's been preserved for our family. Right now, it's earning basic compounding interest at the bank, but I'm preparing to move it to a rollover IRA. I'm not looking to play it safe, but I am looking to build a real compounding machine. For context, I already manage another $100,000 portfolio, half of it in long-term buy and hold equities, and the other half in your option plays. So the IRA, this particular IRA would be strictly for long stocks and ETFs. If your mission was to take legacy capital and engineer it for aggressive 10 to 20 year growth, how would you structure it? What would be your core foundation? What would be your satellite layer? And where do you press high conviction without over diversifying into mediocrity? Thanks, Trap. Thanks, Jose, for taking my call.
I like that. She talking that shit. Ooh-wee.
She said legacy capital. She said legacy capital.
Put my hat and my glasses on. All right, run it back one more time.
Hey, Trap, it's Jamie. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question for you. I've got about $100,000 sitting in an IRA at the bank that matures in March. The capital originally came from my grandparents' trust to my father before he had passed, and now it's been preserved for our family. Right now, it's earning basic compounding interest at the bank, but I'm preparing to move it to a rollover IRA. I'm not looking to play it safe, but I am looking to build a real compounding machine. For context, I already manage another $100,000 portfolio, half of it in long-term buy and hold equities, and the other half in your option plays. So the IRA, this particular IRA would be strictly for long stocks and ETFs. If your mission was to take legacy capital and engineer it for aggressive 10 to 20 year growth, how would you structure it? What would be your core foundation? What would be your satellite layer? And where do you press high conviction without over diversifying into mediocrity? Thanks, Trap. Thanks, Jose, for taking my call.
I got it. First of all, let's just salute to the queen for just having the idea of saying, yo, like I'm already managing 100K where I got it in, I'm playing the options game and I'm buying whole. So that's first. She like, I got another 100,000 that I just don't even want touch. I want to roll it over. IRA, tax-free wealth. This the legacy bread. What's the 3 layers from your core foundation, meaning this is the foundation of the 100 grand. The satellite layer, I'm looking top tier, how I'm looking out, but then where are some things where I have high conviction without bringing it into mediocrity, meaning I see potential here, but I don't want to burn the house down because I see the potential. So first of all, let's just one more time. Huh? That's good, man. And she got the Wall Street look like. All right, so let's work through it. Let's work through it. So the compounding machine. What I love about that idea is we want to compound this. So here's how I would do it. So so first we got 100 grand, right? So let's break it down. First of all, out that 100 grand, let's do this. Let's invest. I want to put at least 25K on the side. Anywhere between 25 to 30K, I want that on the side. So that means we're going to have it invested 70 to 75K. And the reason being, you never want to be fully invested. I don't ever want you fully invested. And the reason why I don't want you fully invested is because of situations like this, right? So I don't want you fully invested. So core, we're going to base the core part of it on what are the areas of the market that you like. So if it's me, the areas of the market that I like a lot is tech, financials, right? I love that part of the market, but I also love medical equipment. I love that. That's amazing for me. But here's the sleeper part of the market that I like. I like industrials, but not just regular industrials. I like companies that do stuff like piping, companies that do stuff like I was looking at, I think I put a company in a Patreon, not in a Patreon, in Trappin Anonymous today. This company deals with street sweeping. They deal with underground piping in different cities. I like those kind of companies because they boring compounders, right? So that's why I like companies like Fix Systems, FIX. You know why? They not interrupted by AI, right? And they are necessary at all times. So my core would be companies like that, industrial companies, but I also like tech. So it'll be a mixture, but you say you like the satellite. So that's high level. We're looking at it high, but then we talking high conviction. So I don't want to go there. This is my core foundation. My core foundation would be something like infrastructure that pay dividends. Here's why. Because I can still get slow, boring, high compounding growth that pays dividends. Does that make sense? Right? So think about it. So if you go look at a company like Fix, or you look at a company like TPL, you look at a company like those type of companies that still are outperforming the market, but still pay quality dividends. Think about a company like Waste Management, just hit an all-time high, right? They just hit all-time high, but also increased the dividend by 14%, right? Go think of a company like I talk about MTZ, right? This company that deals with shipping containers. And I like that type of company, not just because they talking about right now, but these are the companies that's boring. That's why I love Trappin Anonymous, because I can talk about that all day with them and they don't get mad. So it's a compounding company that's boring as hell, pays a solid dividend, but is also beating the market every year. That would be the company that I love. That would be a company that I will fall in love with. So I will find them. Now, I'll be honest with you. From an ETF perspective, I wouldn't really go ETF in this perspective, only because you want legacy, you want compound, you want that there. So I wouldn't go ETF too much here. I like the individual, but I'm not mad at it. So if I go ETF here, watch this. if I'm going ETF here, I'm going like, I don't mind going ITA, defensive, I don't mind going, but if you want growth here, I wouldn't go dividend ETF here. I would go something like medical, but I would find medical industry ETF. Why? Because they always evolving, they always growing, they always pushing forward, right? I will go that way. But again, that's me. This is not me telling you what to do. This is saying, if this is me playing with 100 grand, this is how Trap will layer it out. Because I would save the high conviction for my technology. I would save my high conviction for my speculation. I will go boring, solid, that's innovating, right? I'm thinking in this way, from core, I'm even thinking something like, let me see something. I'm gonna show you something right quick. I really want to answer this. I want to make sure we really into this one because I like this. I like this. I got some stuff in my phone that I won't give you. So I'm gonna give you a couple companies that I like, right? I'm liking United Rentals. Now, some people might be like, man, that thing costs this much. Remember, she got 100 grand. She won't play it a certain way, right? I like a company like United Rentals. I like a company like Fix, Comfort Systems. Let me go through another one that I like. Hold on. I like a company like EME, right? So these plays, you're going to be like, man, Trap, them things cost a lot. Well, what are we going for? Right? We talking legacy plays here. I like TPL, right? I like these companies. Watch out, I got another one for you. Curtis Wright. I like this company. Ticker symbol CW, right? I like these companies. Right? This in the industrial space, they got hella growth though. They got hella growth. Another company called Woodward, ticker symbol WWD, right? Industrial companies with a lot of growth, right? Also, if we gonna go the other way, I'm gonna go, watch this. I'm gonna give you one that I like. It's kind of got a little tag on it, but I think right now is a perfect time to play with this one. I like ASML in this area because we talking about foundation. Now you like, man, Trap, nobody can't. I'm talking foundation that's consistently beating the market. Now I'm gonna tell you the only reason why I wouldn't say like Caterpillar or John Deere, because they just got active this year. Last year, they ain't been active like that if you go look at their chart. Last year and this year was really good for them. I'm talking about companies that's been consistent with just like punching on the market, right? That I like going that way. So I would go something like that, right? I would go something, or I'm not gonna lie, if you gonna go tech, I wouldn't go, remember, your satellite gonna be where you introduce tech at. Right? Because that's your higher level. And you saying, now satellite for me is where do I see growth at that is going the new way? Like, where do I see growth that's in the future? Right? So now here's what my core would be 50 to 60% of this portfolio. So this core portfolio gonna be 50 to 60%. I would lean toward the 60% way. And the reason why, because that high conviction, I'm only making that 10% of my portfolio. That high conviction, I'm only making that 10% of my portfolio. So now in that second wave, that satellite, that's where your NVIDIA comes at. That's where your growth, that's where you're going high growth, but foundationally strong. Right? So you're not going growth with no earnings. We going growth with earnings, growth with support. So we going, that's where your NVIDIA goes in. That's where your STX goes in at. That's where you go find, that's what, does that make sense? Does that make sense for you? Right? That's where my growth, that's where my Okay, like I see this, I see what they doing, I see the vision here, I see the growth here, I see the compounding here. I like it. Right? So now we thinking technology, we thinking, you know, again, that's where you may go with GEV, that's where you go with NVIDIA, that's where you go with AVGO, that's where you go with TSM, that's where you, now you go on the other side and you say, all right, like let me get some PWR may go in there. Right? That's why I'm playing that. That's why I'm playing that area at. So I'm going, so your satellite is, how am I looking at the future, saying this is where we going in the future, but here are the companies that have a great infrastructure for the future, right? And the future depends on these companies. And I will go from different areas. I will still go, okay, medical, I will go tech, I will go financials here. So this is where you find some strong financial companies, even in small caps. Don't sleep on the small cap space here. Don't sleep on, so this is, the satellite is where I go small, mid cap, large cap, but now I'm looking for who's strong. So I'm looking at, damn, what this other company is. Hold on, I want to dig in with you, Queen. You hear me? I will find like cybersecurity here. This is where I find that at. Right? So, but this part of my portfolio gonna make up 30%. So now we 90% in. And now the last 10%, that's where you go your high conviction at. That's where you say, all right, this part of my portfolio is where I see, this is where I'm being a little speculative at. This is why this don't move my portfolio if it goes down because I found balance in my other three. Right? And so this one is where you go speculation at. This one is where you find, you put a little risk on the table and you say, hey, I'm willing to take that. But I would even say, you know, and that's just of the 100% that's in the market altogether. And so remember, if we break it down, I will always be, you know, 20, 30K on the side. So you take that from 100, that's 25%. And so now you're saying what I'm doing with the other 75%, and you break that down into 3 tiers. And of that 75%, the smallest part of that, the 5% of that would be, 10% of that would be your high conviction. That's it. And I would break the other part down. And that's of that. And of that 75 of 100%, I would break it down 60, 30, 10. Did that make sense? Did that make sense, Queen? I know you're in the chat. You hear me? That make sense? Talk to me. Man, I like that question, Jamie. I think that's real good. I think that's real good. I think that's real good. And I'm always keeping that cash on the side to where I can always, that 25K to 30K, and now I'm adding to that. I'm not just letting that sit idle. I'm trying to put, yes, sir, I appreciate it. Yeah, Jamie. So now I'm trying to figure out now, here's what I'm doing now. Option plays that we hit on, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is also not the time for you to be super aggressive in your option plays, because now I'm thinking like this with my mind. When I'm in the options market, I'm being so strategic in the options market because I want my options market account to fund this account. So I'm not just slinging money because I got some bread. I'm like, yo, how do I get in the plays that fit me so that I can use that money? I'm taking 10, 15% of every win. It's going over here. I'm taking 10% of that. It's going here. 100%. 100%. 100%. I'm taking 10, 15% of every time I make a play. I'm taking profit, it's going right to this legacy account because this the one that's going to take me to the next level. This the one I'm going to look back. And then you said the right thing that I needed to say, 10, 20 years. That's the one that's going to take us there. That's the one. So, man, let's salute that queen in the chat, man. Let's salute that queen. She got the right mind frame. She got the right mind frame for sure. Let's get it, man. Let's go a little further, Jose. All right, man. $5 trillion handoff. I read this and I said, oh, this is interesting right here when I sent this. So watch this. $5 trillion handoff. America's biggest business swap is coming. So watch this. 6 million small and mid-sized American businesses are set to be involved in a great ownership transfer. That's why we came with the ownership framework. By 2035, as baby boomers retire, about 1 million of them expected to be sold in transactions cumulatively worth $5 trillion, according to the report by the McKinsey Institute for Economic Mobility published last Thursday. McKinsey calls the coming transfer a new area of business stewardship, warning that without intentional action, maybe viable small businesses may close rather than transfer ownership. If these transitions succeed at scale, they could preserve up to 12 million jobs and sustain roughly $250 billion in annual local spending power, according to the report. Now, in case you don't know what that means, here's what's happening. The baby boomers are retiring and they selling their businesses. Or they giving their businesses to their children and their kids and their grandkids. But guess what? They don't want them. So here's what I'm telling you. There about to be some cash. There about to be some cash generating businesses that's going to hit the market. And that generation who they giving it to, they don't want them businesses because the mirror done made them lazy. All they want to do is take that money and look fly on the media and be on yachts and be on whatever. So they're going to blow through it. I'm just being real. They're going to blow through it. So guess what that give us? It give us time to get what? Get our money right. Queen, Jamie, get our money right so we can say, hey, watch this, watch this, watch this. We get to go to the bank and say, hey, I don't want to sell my stocks. I want to get a loan on my stocks to buy this business. Because it's coming. We cash them out. We get the loan on our stocks. We learn how to make sure we operate in the business. We get a business that's in our what? Circle of competence. We're not trying to go buy some business that we don't understand. We want the laundromat. Right? We want the laundromat. We want the... Hold on. Hey, Stank.
Hey, Dad.
What's up?
You still on the show?
Yeah, if you was watching the show, you wouldn't know that, you hear me? You wasn't even watching me tonight, you hear me? Yeah, don't do that. You wasn't even watching me tonight. That's how you play me. Bad. I'm going to tell Mr. Clean. Mm-hmm. And look, he right over there. He looking at you.
Yeah, bald head.
And look at Jose faking like he working. And then Bernard back there, a Shine right there. Yeah. So I'm going to hit you after the show, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right? I love you, you hear me?
Love me too.
All right. So, that's what we be doing. That's what we doing, y'all. That's what we doing. We getting our money, because guess what? We don't need them to want own it. I want you to sell it. And you don't even know it. I'm going to tell you the best thing to do for we to know more about their business than they know. Because then we can sell it, we can buy it from them for a little bit of nothing. And guess what? They so ready for the money, we can underbid them and then here go the play. Man, I'm good. I'm going to walk away. Wait. They don't want you to walk away with that check. So you go with the check. Come on, what we doing? Wait. They ain't gonna let that just walk away like that. All right, give me the check. Come on, we gonna buy that. We want the laundromat. We want the car wash. We want the HVAC. We want that. We want the gas station. Yes, we do. We want the storage unit. Yes, we do. Yeah, we want it. So yeah, that's what that is. Let's go look. 12 million jobs. They don't care about no jobs. They're trying to go viral. They're trying to go viral. Let's go a little further. All right, so here's the thing that we all been looking at all weekend. Paramount Skydance, $31 a share, all cash bid, valuing the deal at $111 billion was declared a superior offer, triggering a 4-day window for Netflix to match. Netflix walked away, clearing the path for Paramount Sundance to take over Warner Brothers. Discovery Paramount Sundance gains full control of the massive entertainment empire, including Paramount Pictures, home of Mission Impossible, Transformers, Top Gun, CBS, News, Sports, Primetime Programming, Nickelodeon, SpongeBob, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Warner Brothers Film and TV Library, DC Universe, Harry Potter, Looney Tunes, Lord of the Rings, and more. The takeover reshapes Hollywood's power map, handing Paramount Sundance to one of the richest catalogs in entertainment history while leaving Netflix on the sidelines. Now, also, HBO Max and Paramount will merge into one service, while each studio will release 15 films annually with a 45-day theatrical window before streaming. The new company will carry about $79 billion in debt and target $6 billion in cost cuts by consolidating tech infrastructure, real estate, and corporate overhead while keeping all cable assets. There are no plans to spin off networks, and sports properties like UFC can air across all cable outlets, while licensing to outdoor platforms will continue. Leadership also clarified that all support artists as a creative tool, not replace storytellers at the core of filmmaking. So, let me just say this. So people think that Netflix lost. I don't think so. So let's think about it from this perspective. One, Netflix got $2.8 billion because Warner Brothers backed out of the deal, in which they did the right thing because Paramount overpaid for it. Here's why they overpaid for it. When the last time something from Warner Brothers dropped that you felt like, man, I gotta go see that? Even the Avatar movie, I think people was like, bro, we done seen this. And that was their hit. Like, man, we done seen this already. I went and I was just like, my daughter went to sleep in there. Now, do you get the assets? 100%. But let's think about this. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. They taking on $79 billion in debt. In the movie industry, that is depleting. So watch this. Having access to all of that is 100% good because we know people still gonna find a way to go to the movie here and there and do this. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Netflix said, bro, I'm already cash positive. Remember, this is just like the stock market. An asset is only as valuable as the person who's willing to pay for it. And the one thing you should never, ever do is overpay for an asset. Now, you got two people that's playing two different games, and that's how the game changes. So how do you have two people that have playing two different games? Well, Netflix is the grim reaper for this business. Netflix streaming has been the grim reaper for the movie thing. Think about this. We all went supported Sinners, 100%. We went and supported that. But when the last time you went and saw something and you was like, bro, I gotta go see that? Or you said, I'm gonna just wait till it go on Netflix. I'm gonna wait till it go on Prime. When the last time you did that? Right? When the last time you went and say, yo, I'm about to go stream this on Paramount and HBO? You ain't never said that. You know what you said? I'm going to Netflix or I'm going to Prime. These are the number 2 people in that space, right? So you got 2 people playing a different game. Netflix is the number 1 streaming platform in the game right now. They won. This is why the stock fell. And I said this long time ago. I said, bro, I'm not messing with Netflix again until what? They get out of this deal. Either they win the deal, even if they win the deal, it was going to take them another 18 months because the old guard did not want Netflix to what? Have this. That's why Trump was coming out saying something. Even you had people in Hollywood saying, we don't want Netflix to do this. We don't want the streamer to have access to movies. You know why? Because they're going to kill it. They're going to put it all on Netflix. But now they do get to license some of it to Netflix. They get some bag. They get a bag for that because Netflix is going to take it. But guess what? Nobody going to not put out more content than Netflix. Nobody's going to put out more content than Netflix. You know what Netflix doing right now? They in the podcast space. Bring that audience over here. And then a stat came out that said, based on the way the streaming services is going, by the time 2028 hits, the average person is going to bring their streaming business down to 2 services. You're going to either have 2 services and YouTube, because YouTube ain't going nowhere. So what's the average person in 2 services is going to be? Netflix, Amazon, YouTube. So Paramount, HBO, you're not even in number 1. So you say, all right, we're going to drop 15 films a piece here. All right, cool. 30 films annually within a 45-day theatrical window. I bet. Guess what people are going to say? I'm going to just wait to stream it.
Yep.
So if Netflix played a long game, which they probably will, I give it about 10 years to 15 years before they be willing to sell this right here too. Because nobody wants to hold on to a losing company. And think about it. All the old media companies are going out of business. So Netflix was really playing a big dog play. Guess what? It'd be nice if I could just own all of that, have it on Netflix. I'm putting y'all out of business anyway. But that's why I'm not willing to give y'all. Like, you going all to Saudi. You know what they was doing to get this money? Bro, they was going to Saudi Arabia. They was going to Qatar. Bro, his daddy they was going everywhere to try to get that money for this. Netflix said, oh, I got y'all. I'm going to just play it along. I'm going to still put out more content in you. Yeah, and immediately, this is how we know we was good. Immediately when Netflix let the deal go, stock done been up 16% since then. Because everybody was like, bro, get out of that. Because they gonna fight y'all. Even after the deal that went through, they still would have had to go through 18 months and still had to go to the Department of Justice to see if they was not gonna consider them a what? Antitrust. Because you're the number 1 stream and now you got all this, but now they willing to give a losing business to a loser. Now, in our mind, you like, bro, he ain't losing. He got all them assets. Again, I ask you a simple question. When the last time that you went to the movies? And then you got to realize we got a generation that's about to come up. First of all, my generation don't like going that much. And I'm in my 40s. We don't really be on the movies.
Because we mess around, fall asleep in that drink.
Man, we went seeing Sinners because we know we going support Michael B. We going support our guy. But guess what? Even other races, not really. When the last time you went to the movie and it was packed? They always got seats available. They always got seats available. At one time, when a new movie came out, you was fighting like, hey, now you be like, man, I'm going to get to 12 o'clock. I ain't tripping. So I don't think Netflix actually lost here. Yeah, they got all the assets and all that, but bro, like, you going Hollywood dying, man. It's just a slow death. Think about it. CNBC, they parent companies, all them people dying. Ted Turner got out a long time ago. He said, hey, I got my bread. I'm going to do it. Listen, when you start seeing the NFL and the NBA and the MLB in the Olympics and boxing, do deals with Amazon, Netflix, you know the game changing. And people, somebody said, that was my next best thing. And people on some, bro, y'all charge too much for them Coca-Colas in there. That stuff high. Man, I'd rather give me some, man, listen, I'm gonna order DoorDash. I'm gonna order the DoorDash and not pay the gas money, not my bathroom clean. Let's go a little further, man. All right, let's go.
Today, a $111 billion deal is about to put CNN, HBO, CBS, and Warner Brothers under the control of one family, the Ellisons. Larry Ellison, worth over $200 billion, is one of Trump's biggest donors. When Trump approved their merger last year, Ellison agreed to gut diversity policies and hand CBS News to Barry Weiss, an opinion blogger whose website he bought for $150 million. Her first big move as editor-in-chief? Killing a vetted 60 Minutes investigation into Trump's deportation policy, 3 hours before air. The correspondent called it corporate censorship. 11 of 40 evening news staffers walked out. Now Paramount wants all of Warner Brothers, including CNN. Trump publicly said it's imperative that CNN be sold. Ellison met with him at the White House. And the DOJ that would approve this just had its antitrust chief purged. Netflix walked away today. Not because their deal was bad, but because fighting a politicized Justice Department wasn't worth the risk. One family, 2 news networks, and a president who treats mergers like loyalty tests with no regard for the public.
All right, that's it. That's it. So watch this. Man, I appreciate that, man. Say, hey, Trap, bro, you one small brother. Man, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Even with me and my daughter, like, you know, I'm blessed to be able to have a movie theater in my crib. Like, my daughter really be like, Dad, let's go downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't really, I be trying to do something, get out the house and go do. She really don't be with that smoke like that. She be like, bro, let's watch it on the TV downstairs. We in our crib. I can put my slippers on. I can lay up under you. I ain't got to get in the chair between us. She be straight, you hear me? So, all right, so watch this, man. Apple and Tim Cook, right? So Apple CEO Tim Cook was warned China may invade Taiwan by 2027. If you think China is any better than America, yo, you got the game totally messed up. Right, a recent investigation by New York Times reported that in July 23, top U.S. intelligence officials held a confidence briefing while leading tech executives to discuss classified assignments unrelated to China and Taiwan. Attendees reportedly include that Tim Cook of Apple, Jensen Huang of NVIDIA, Lisa Su of AMD, and Christina Amand of Qualcomm highlight growing national security concerns surrounding the semiconductor industry and rising geopolitical tensions in a region. And remember this, think about this. When Trump did this stuff with Greenland, China intensified the Taiwan talk. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right, let's go a little further. We got one more. All right, so Amazon drops $12 billion in the bayou. Louisiana becomes an AI country. So Amazon said Monday it plans to spend $12 billion on a data center campus in Louisiana and the infrastructure to power artificial intelligence and cloud computing. The campus will be built in the Caddo in Bossier. I know where Bossier. What the first one is, cuz? Caddo? What is that? Past Lafayette somewhere? That makes sense. Built in Caddo, I know where Bossier parishes, the northwestern Louisiana. Amazon said it expects to create 540 Damn, 540 full-time jobs at the data center and support about 1,700 other roles that will serve the site, such as electricians, HVAC. What I said? Didn't I say that, Sean? We want the HVAC business. We want the HVAC business. HVAC technicians and security specialists. So that's interesting. 50 is in Shreveport. Meta got one in Louisiana. And then, come on. So this is how we know that, so as we end with this, I want to say this, man. Like, this is a great way for us to see that, companies not spending this much money for a bubble. So it's on us to navigate this space. It's on us to navigate this space. It's on us to navigate this time. It's on us to navigate the current waters, y'all. Yeah, we might be in this for a little minute, but I want us to think long term, right? And if you day trading, man, get in, get out, don't be greedy. If you swing trading, be real cautious with your positions. And listen, don't be greedy. 30%, 40%, man, you swag out. You good. You know what I'm saying? Everything is different. Don't get caught up looking at people online and saying, hey, bro, they doing this, they doing that, I got to do this. Listen, you playing your own game, you running your own race. Right? But I promise you this. Listen to what I'm about to say right here. This is going to be real good. Your goal right now is to survive this so you can thrive the next. Your goal right now is to survive this so you can thrive in what's next. And what I mean is, if you survive the .com downturn, you was able to kill it on the other side. You was able to survive 2008, you was able to kill it on the bounce up. If you was able to survive COVID, that first 50-something days, you was able to kill it. If you was able to survive the 4 weeks or the 5 weeks of the Trump terrorists, you had a 7-month run-up, 8-month run-up until now. Don't be trigger happy now. I want you to think, hey, I want to endure this so I can thrive at what's next. Your goal is not to catch the bottom. That ain't your goal. Man, I need to catch the bottom. I need to be at the lowest part it's going to be at. No, you don't. If it's going to go down, it's going to go down. I don't need you all the way in it. I don't need you to have all your chips on the table. And when it starts coming back up, guess what? You're going to see it. That's where your key levels and that's where your market structure, that's when your candle recognition, that's when those things start to do what? Point themselves out. It's not just with indexes, it's with individual stocks as well. So you don't got to try to chase the bottom. You don't got to be the first one there. Oh, I caught it at the bottom. That ain't your goal. I was studying a great investor, and he said, a matter of fact, if you ever go look at how to make money in stocks or something, like William O'Neill, he says, I don't want the bottom, I want the middle where the juicy part at. That's where the money made at. I want you to think about that in this game. If you buying whole, strategically, percentage-wise, don't get so caught up in your profit loss. Don't get so caught up in, get caught up in the idea of, hey, if I'm buying whole, I'm buying in percentages. I'm not never going all in on one stock because I know the environment. The environment tell you what you got to do. So if it's an environment that's unshaken, we ranging, you're buying wholes and percentages. If you see this the environment we in, if you going into your option plays or your trading plays or your strat plays or you're not going all in because you know we one headline from throwing the whole thing off. We won Trump is about to now. We won bomb. We won missile. We won word. We won report away from going against you. Your technicals can be good, but what's going on right there can mess you up. That's all. So listen, don't go all in on nothing. Size down everything. Size down 2 times. If you was doing 3-4 contracts, man, size it down to 1. Because guess what? That 1 ain't going to put you under pressure. You was getting 10, size down. Let's go 3. That ain't going to put you under pressure. Size down. I'm sizing down. I'm dropping 100. I'm like, hey, I'm 20, 25. I'm all right. 30. I don't want nothing that's gonna put me under pressure right now. Because our interest can be A1. Our last 5 plays, we were A1. And then we got whoop, like, oh, what happened? That's the market we in. Right? So part of you being great at your technicals and part of you being great at your interests is also understanding what's the environment, what's the market sentiment, what's going on. Base hits and bunts are good right now. Base hits and bunts are good right now. And if you keep that, what you doing is you accumulating a little by little, or you taking smaller losses so that on the other side, you can go big. That's the ownership framework, y'all. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trappin. Hey, listen, check the link. Jose dropping the link. We just dropped a video on the personal page. Go check that out. We just dropped the video on the personal page. Go check that out, man. Help me get that to 2,500 likes, y'all. What time it dropped, Jose?
9:40, 9:45.
9:45. So go check that out, man. Leave here, go check that out. Also, man, come join the Patreon. Comment the word print money. Myself, my guy Robin, that we teaching. You know, we want to help navigate you through the space. That's how I go. That's our job. We want you to be better. Also, don't forget, make your first trade event. Man, it's going to be live. We 3 weeks away. You can get virtual. Replays will be available. You can get virtual. Replays will be available. Joel, we got more hats? We got some more hats. Y'all been asking me about the hats. We got them. KT Tactile, get out my face. We don't got no larges right now. We gonna get some. It's my dog, KT. I ain't seen him in a minute. Y'all know Wallstreet look like us now. Get your merch. Man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next show. If you got family out there fighting this war, y'all in our prayers, man. So with that being said, we love y'all, man. God bless America, man.